Stream start going. I need to double check my other screens. Please give me one moment. Need to update the YouTube thumbnail. Great, I probably should have closed out some of my. Yep, sorry I'm running a little bit late today. Work took me over a bit longer than expected. Take the YouTube thumbnail. YouTube thumbnails up to date. Get that update. Get the update the Rumble description. Oh, that should be good. Open up post. Sure that's running good. Yep, that's running good. Which is running good. I think everything's running good on this end. I'm double checking my other computer. Please give me one moment. Looks like my other computer's running good. Just have to get through some advertisements. And so, let's go ahead and get started. Let's go and do... This map seems awfully blue. Turn on my other light. There we go. Always want to keep this place well lit. And why is my avatar sort of just sticking there? Okay, it's working fine now. I'm not sure what went on there. But let's go ahead and get started.
That's a good position.
Is music playing? Yeah, the music's playing. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Dawn of War 2 replay. Spawn on the south side as the Force Commander, we have Demonos. Spawn on the north side as the War Boss, we have Critical 32. On a map I haven't seen before. This must be a relatively new map. Also, much more green and blue. Not like solid green, but this one does have some water onto it. Although honestly, no offense to the map maker, but the water doesn't really fit in all too well. I suppose Dawn of War 2 was not exactly designed to have walkable water, if that makes any sort of sense. Because you can see like this, not exactly seamless transition. But that's no issue by the map maker, though maybe the map maker can figure out something to help make it a bit more seamless, but that just could be the water physics in Dawn of War 2. But either way, let's go ahead and focus on the game. We do have a pretty standard build opener of Scouts, Tactical Marine to Scouts. We do got the Sluggers and 2 Shooters. Pretty standard build opener for both sides. And we've got both Shooters and the Slugger over here. Both Scout and Tactical Marine Squad in this region. And we've got the Shooter Squad receiving a bit of damage right there, but he does fall back away from point, just falling back to a bit of cover there. Sluggers have not been engaged yet, nor have they engaged. As Slugger Squad's going to take time and capture the point themselves. The Scout Squad being focused on quickly, that's good. They're a lighter unit. It does fall back this unit very early, which does give him some good minimize the requisition bleed. In fact, he retreats them both back. He could have sustained a little bit more damage, but he wants to make sure he doesn't lose any requisition. Slugger's charging on forward. We're going to see some hits there from the Force Commander. War Boss getting some good hits there onto the Tactical Marine Squad. The Tactical Marine Squad decides to fall back entirely. The Tactical Marine Squad could have just stayed there in order to help get the Force Commander in range of the War Boss. And the Slugger Squad does fall back early as well. No models dropped so far. I wonder. We of course got the natural red point income, but that is 0 model drops so far for the Orc player. He is getting out some Storm Boys nice and early. And we do have 1 generator for the Orcs, 1 generator for the Force Commander. You got the Scouts and Tactical Marine Squad advancing forward. The War Boss has sustained quite a bit of fire.
Is capturing one of our victory
And I just remembered something. I knew I forgot something. I forgot to turn my Steam into offline mode to help prevent the whole Steam can't connect to servers issue I've been having recently. Some boys are jumping on in. Of course, they don't have any stun or knockback until they get their Knob Leader. And a little tactical jump in there as well to close in on top of that Force Commander. Storm Boys do fall back at all models, just a bit of damage onto them. Shooters do get into heavy cover there, but the Tactical Marine could engage the shooters in melee. Tactical Marines do decently well in melee. And do have the boss pole being upgraded on the War Boss, which signifies he is the boss. And Devastators have been pointed out. They do go ahead and suppress down the War Boss. The boss pole gives allied infantry in a radius 25, 50% less receive suppression, as well as increase 20% health, which I believe it just makes it so they take 20% less damage. Because whenever I see that, I've never seen them actually upgrade and their health actually increase, but I believe it just reduces their damage received. Tactical Marine Squad is falling on back. We've got the Scout Squad behind the Capillary Tower right there, or Tendril. Devastators setting on up. The War Bosses get suppressed there. Storm Boys do lose a model there, but they do manage to jump on in, forcing back the Devastator Marines. Storm Boys do fall back. They're very wounded, and they're far too close to the base Torrential Sentry, and there's 4 of them. Jeez. They do not want any base trading there or camping the base.
We shall make it so.
Looks like the Force Commander is engaging this shooter squad, and a second Devastator Marine has been deployed out for the Force Commander. That is 5 squads deployed out for the Force Commander. Those Storm Boys are a good option, very good option. I'm not a big fan of Storm Boys or a lot of Jump Infantry, since most of the time the Jump Infantry don't exactly scale all too well, but against 2 Devastators, they're going to do some good work for those Devastators. And they have a lot of work in front of them. And at range. And not in melee. We got Scouts now upgraded with shotguns. Both Scouts have been upgraded with shotguns. Very nice. And the Tactical Marine Squad does fall, make a soft retreat away. And the Burner Squad is withdrawing. Storm Boys jumping on in, trying to get the Devastator Marines. They do get the back one. The other one could pack up and rotate around. Storm Boys do have plenty of energy for another tactical jump, or actual combat jump.
Power generator.
Is a combat jump at the close range jump or a tactical jump? They do jump on in on top of the Devastators once again, or the other Devastators once again, and does force both of them back. Those Storm Boys have been doing very, very well. Both Scout Squads getting forced back as well. This point has been activated for the Orcs, getting a little bit extra energy. Does have 3 generators here. The Force Commander has 3 generators as well. Shooters going to try to change that, but that will take a bit of time. Force Commander, maybe it'll save him. And now we do have the level 2 teleport platform. Ready to teleport to level 2 stuff. Devastators are setting on up. We've got also the Shotgun Scouts with a Sergeant upgrade. War Boss is quite wounded. He may need to get out any sort of basic armor to get some extra health regen. Extra health wouldn't hurt as well. War Boss will need to fall back relatively soon. And now we've got the Shooters and Storm Boys. They are being inspired by the boss pole, but they are all falling on back now. There's still a Scout out and about. It is this Burner Squad. The Burner Squad could try for the generators once again. And he's been doing a good job of maintaining lack of requisition bleed. If you took a look at the red points between the players, the War Boss has a 250 while his opponent only has 139, so he's doing a good job of keeping his models alive. Good shotgun knock back there onto the Burners.
Location secure. Ready to serve.
And now we do have Death Dread coming on the build queue. That will force out a Las Cannon. The Devastators, he has 2 Devastators, 4 Las Cannons. The Death Dread may not actually be a good idea. Because there's so many possibilities of these Las Cannons. Like, If he forces a response to 2 last cannons, that would be great. Then he can just tech up and go for knobs. He does have a good late game infantry as well. Grenade is thrown. Does void it there with the jump there. And does force back the scouts as well, getting some great AoE damage there. Maybe he should keep the Death Dread unupgraded, because the chance of him losing it is actually quite high with these Devastators. But will be upgraded to Burn and Blitz.
Are we to accept defeat?
Scout squad, no sergeant up on this squad here. Burners, we're seeing quite a bit of fire. May see a shotgun nut back relatively soon. Yes, we do. Great shotgun nut back. Soft retreat away, and the burners will need to fall back. These shotguns will rip them apart. Devastators receive a bit of fire. Now, this heavy Devastator is trying to set on up, but will be flanked by the burners, but it only has 2 models remaining, but the Knob Leader should be very durable and very high damage. Does fall, the Death Dread does make a soft retreat away. This Devastator is not being upgraded with last cannon. The other one is being upgraded with last cannon. The Burner Blitz is burning the generators. Though he's in a bad angle there. The last cannon sitting up. He does have an angle there on Death Dread, so he can run forward with Death Dread. Force Command is not being upgraded with Power Fist. Death Dread needs to run over this direction here. It looks like he's going to stomp his way over that direction. And the Storm Boys are seeing quite a bit of fire there as well. The Storm Boys will need to fall back really soon. This Devastator is not being upgraded with anything at the moment. It does take out the Force Commander as well with the War Boss. Storm Boys charge on forward, does force back the Scout Squad. This Devastator is trying to set on up. The Devastators have been relatively effective this entire game, that's for sure. But the Orcs has been doing very well with this position there. And Suicide's a model in there on top of the Devastators. Ooh, Storm Boys need to fall back. Oh, so wounded, but they have actually 4 out of 6 models, which wouldn't be killed off himself. Shooters have been upgraded with the big shooter upgrade. You got the Tactical Marine being captured at this point. He could upgrade the Tactical Marine to a Stern Guard veteran. Stern Guard veteran is pretty much a staple in any Space Marine play nowadays. Good hit there onto the Scout Squad, does force him back. Good shotgun knockback onto the Sluggers. And Devastators will suppress down the Burner Squad. Tactical Marines have plenty of health to dance around with, and he does actually fall back to Tactical Marines nice and early to get some healing. Last cannon, of course, can't do much versus big shooters. Multiple big shooters. Now here comes a Rhino. Death Dread can engage it. The Stormboy has an anti-vehicle melee as well. The War Boss can be upgraded with anti-vehicle melee. There's a lot of options he can use to engage. Stormboys jump on in, does get the force back from the Devastator Marines. And the Stormboys do fall back. The War Boss is severely wounded. He needs some armor.
Ready to serve.
Grenade on the retreat path, very good. And it was pretty good. Oh, of the only model he got the Knob Leader. That is very, very good.
The enemy is claiming a victory point.
Force Commander has been redeployed. We've got Death Dread advancing forward. There is the last cannon Devastator right there. Finds a hit there on Death Dread. Death Dread is now at risk of going down. He's trying to stomp his wave out of there. And the big shooter squad does fall back. Slugger Boys getting hit significantly. Does lose. No, there's the Knob Leader there. Got him mixed up with one of the Burners. Scout Squad does get forced on back. Tactical Marine Squad falling back as well. Last cannon Devastator set on up. And so here comes the Storm Boys jumping on top of Devastator. Razorback still over here. No Knob Leader upgrade on the Storm Boys just yet. And that Devastator Marine almost get fully wiped. Will be saved thanks to base MGs. Razorback still has been going around uncontested, though it is relatively low damage. Still a very, very durable item. And there's Tank Busters there getting a nasty barrage right there. Razorback down the last bit of health. He needs to use a Mortar Barrage, but he's probably out of range of the Mortar Barrage now. Got the Scouts advancing forward, trying to tie up the Tank Busters up in melee. Forces back the Shooters, and now here comes Death Dread, Burners, and the War Boss. Being repaired up by the Scouts on the front line. And does get a nice last kind of hit there onto the Death Dread. Good shotgun blast onto the Shooters. And the Scout Squad does go ahead and fall back. We do got the Force Hammer upgrade onto the Force Commander, which is mostly a anti-infantry, heavy anti-infantry weapon. And now we've got the Tank Busters pushing way forward. The Razorback has been fully repaired, got being upgraded reinforced plating. Stormboys jumps on in. They do have a Knob Leader, hitting the last cannon Devastator. Kind of the melee Mortar Barrage on top of some Stormboys. And now the Stormboys will need to fall back. They're also wounded. Devastator, last cannon Devastator will escape on out there with all of his models. Stormboys will make out of there with his Knob Leader. Death Dread's going to close the distance on the other Devastator. Devastator does fall back. Force Commander gains some great special attacks there. He may lose this entire Shooter. Shooter squad does go down to the special attack there. And the Burn squad is also pretty low as well. The Force Commander may go down, and the Force Commander does not receive any additional melee hits there from the Death Dread. The Slugger squad may just want to prep the Death Dread and then retreat back. It's down to 3 models.
We shall make it so.
You got tier 2 for both players. We've got hardly any resources for the Force Commander. 500 red points. Both players are at actually 500 red points at the moment. Tank Busters find a good hit there. Activating the Mortar Barrage, trying to land on top of it. Hits the Devastators a little bit, and the Tank Busters squad does fall back. Shooters make their advance now. And now here comes Death Dread, just stalling his way forward. Stormboys do jump on in, trying to get some hits on in. Surprise stunning the Devastator. Heavy Bolter Devastator. We'll find some hits there on the Stormboys now, and the Stormboy does fall back a lot as well as the Heavy Bolter Devastator. The Marine Squad has been upgraded. The Sergeant still could be upgraded to Stern Guard Veterans. Probably a good idea to upgrade to Stern Guard Veterans. And Scout Squad does go and hop in back of the Razorback. That reinforced plate increases the health by 200. And it's at level 2, so it does get a little bit extra health as well.
We shall make it so. Adding power.
Here comes another Mortar Barrage. This could be quite deadly. Getting some deadly hits there. Almost takes the Razorback. That reinforced plating saved him. Heavy Bolter Devastator making his way forward once again. And last can Devastator does find a hit there on the Death Dread at maximum range. Tier 3 being researched by the War Boss. The War Boss has gone down at the current level 3. The Force Commander is almost at level 3. And let's see, Scouts will be spotted by these Stormboys. Stormboys do have some knockback resistance, but the Shotgun Blast can get at least suppression there. And let's look at the Shooter Squad falling back. Well, since there's 2 Devastators, I still advise against going for any more vehicles. I would say a Knob Squad would be better than a looted tank. And we got the Tank Buster squad now falling them back.
To one side for armor.
Slugger squad does get forced back. Stormboys jumps on top of the missile launcher equipped Tactical Marine squad. Speaking of which, he's got a missile launcher as well, so it's probably another good reason why not to go for a looted tank. I do believe Knobs are definitely the better option. He could be saving up for Daisy. He is going to have plenty of power for Daisy. Just needs more requisition. Same thing with the looted tank. Devastator Marines receive quite a bit of fire there. Devastator Marine may actually get fully wiped, does fully get wiped there. That was a heavy blow for Devastator Marines. Blast Cannon 1's still up and going. The Storm Boys are falling back now. Your player does have still 349 red points, so relatively close to rocks.
We must reverse the course of the battle.
Good shotgun knockback there onto these forces. And we do see a looted tank, and like I said beforehand, I disagree with a looted tank.
Go ahead.
Oh, he's canceled the looted tank. He's now going for some knobs.
The enemy has 300 points remaining.
Maybe this game's like Dora the Explorer. Shout loud enough, and then the players will hear you. Soul Boys do jump on in, try to get the rear armor of the Razorback. They do get knocked around a bit by the Razorback there. It does load the Tactical Marine Squad in there. And the Razorback hasn't received a whole lot of damage right there. The Knob's trying to go for some melee hit. Does get a melee hit there, but of course there's only one model there. Most of the observers are mentioned, like, thinking that maybe Knob's not a good option, but gets the Knob leader there. Tactical Marine Squad's being pursued by the Sluggard. Sluggards receive quite a bit of damage right there and do fall back. We got a lot of more VPs for Red, the Orc player. The Force Commander does have 171 tickets, now 170, while his opponent has 283. Here comes the Knobs, being upgraded to Meaner and Greener, gain the Knob leader. And the Scout Squad does fall back. Do you have a Dreadnought on the field? The Dreadnought is a weird option at this point in time. Though you probably did not see the the Knobs just yet, so the Knobs will be effective versus the Dreadnought. Dreadnought is only the melee Dreadnought, and the last cannon is going to be trying to capture up the VP right now. Storm Boys capture the central VP. Knobs could engage the Dreadnought. It would be a relatively mutual trade, and now we've got the Scouts advancing forward, trying to engage the Knobs as well, maybe get a shotgun knockback. Sluggers will receive a bit of fire there, falling them back, and we've also got Tank Busters now hitting the Dreadnought as well. Knobs getting some good damage in there, while the Orc Boys do jump around behind. The Razorback's almost down. The Knobs do receive a big punch, a smack from the Dreadnought, and the Warboss is still actually down. Scout Squad receiving a bit of fire there. The Razorback has gone down. Good special attack there from the Force Commander. He may have the Battle Cry active. Yep, he looks like it's a Battle Cry active. Going to get some local knockbacks there onto the Knobs, the Force Commander right there. The Dreadnought is severely wounded. Tank Busters finds a good burst there. Takes out the Dreadnought. The Knobs will need to fall back really soon. They sustain a bit too much damage. And the Storm Boys do force back the Tactical Marine Squad. Force Commander's falling back as well. And now Scouts may go for a shotgun blast. Does get knocked back on some of those Storm Boy models. But these forces, they're staying in. They're severely wounded, but they're staying in. Another Knob does go down, so that's a Knob leader. And the Storm Boys and Knobs do fall back. Over here, got the Burners capturing some points. And it looks like the Tank Busters are receiving quite a bit of fire right there. Fires a bit of a mortar barrage there before falling back, getting a nice knockback on the Tactical Marine Squad, interrupting the capture. And if not, Reed does start capturing, which is big, because the Force Commander does not have a lot of VPs remaining. Is going for a Plasma Cannon? No. I'm not sure what he should go for. Dreadnought will be a good but not great option. That's one of the best he can go for. Gets a nice grenade there. He needs tier 3 to get out Terminators, but he would need to spend a lot of resources and time to get Terminators out. That's not feasible. An extra scout for camping wouldn't be half bad. He did lose one of his scout squads. Maybe scouts in tier 3 to Terminators. That's maybe his best option, but he needs to stall out for time, hence the extra scouts. Good shotgun knock back there. Laskin Devastator is still up and going, but the Soul Boys do say hello to them.
The enemy is capturing one of our strategic points.
Xeno spotted.
The tank busters do fall back. Shooters advancing forward. Force Commander still only upgraded the hammer. War Boss is still on the ground right here.
Scouts here, ready to serve. No mercy.
I saw something upgraded. Yep, Scout being upgraded to Sergeant upgrade.
Upgrade complete. Scouts ready.
Laskin Devastator does fall back. And a good knockback there. Now as we engage the Force Commander, got the Battle Cry ability right there, knocking back these forces multiple times. And he will close the distance there. You got the Scout Squad receiving quite a bit of fire. They do fall back in time. He's going for tier 3 now. He has a massive wave for Red Punch. Should be able to pull out Terminators as well as Orbital Strike. He needs a very deadly Orbital Strike. And he's doing a good job contesting the VPs, that's for sure. Slowing down the bleed. And the Taffner Squad.
The acceptance of defeat is an invitation for its repetition.
Most of the Force Commander actually surrendered, actually. He could have played around a little bit more. He had a bit of VPs, just tier 3 in the way. He was very close to bringing an Orbital Strike and Terminators. I would say go for both of those before retreating. Or not retreating, surrendering. But either way, this is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And if you give me one moment as well, I need to make sure to turn off Steam so we can make sure it doesn't cause that issue with the, what's it call it? With the disconnected from Steam services. I remember forgetting to do that, so I'm just going to do that right now. Need to close out of Computers 2 modding as well. Apparently I had that still open. Gotta get rid of that. And let me just turn on, not turn on Steam, but turn off Steam. What's this? Offline, yes, enter offline, and make my way back to Dawn of War late. Sorry about that. It's just to do a bit of headache now to save headache later. Now I just have to wait for load. There you go. Perfect. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Dawn of War 2 Elite Mod replay. Spawn on the south side as the Chaos Sorcerer, we have Bread Knot. Spawn on the north side as the Demon Hunter, we have Old Boy Anter. He's got a Strike Squad into Chaos Marines, pretty standard build opener for both sides. And looks like he's been experimenting around with some other factions recently, but looks like he's gone back to the Demon Hunter.
Support structure.
Chaos Marines advancing towards the center. We've got the Chaos Sorcerer along the right side. Demon Hunter going for the VP. While we got the Strike Squad and Chaos Marines advancing to the center. There should be a good engagement for the Strike Squad. They managed to close the distance there. Doing some great damage.
Support structure complete.
Does get a channel there as well, but hits his own strike squad. And oh great, my cursor's not bound to my screen. Oh boy.
Understood.
Okay, give me one moment. We've got the Chaos Sorcerer and Chaos Heretics. I click off the screen, so I'm going to minimize the game. Let me fix that. There we go. Perfect. There we go. Cursor's bound to the screen. Force Commander's falling on back. We do have the Heretics and the Sorcerer in pursuing. We got Inquisitor Stormtroopers here. Having upgraded the Sergeant upgrade. Does get a grenade onto the Heretic squad. The Heretics have not detonated one of the models just yet. And it looks like they're going to go... They do have the VP captured. Got Chaos Marines here as well. Over here, we do have the Chaos Heretics. They're going to be engaged by the Strike Squad relatively soon.
Support structure complete. We must reverse the course of the battle.
Over here, we do have the Chaos Marines in capture, or not in capturing the power node. The power node has been activated. We got the Heretics making a bit of a soft retreat, as well as the Sorcerer. The Sorcerer going for the cast there, getting some great splash hits there. And he may go ahead and siphon off one of his models there. Gets a great cast there with the Tome of Titans from the Strike Squad. And Heretic Squad just see a bit too much fire there and didn't have time to sacrifice one of them to get extra energy.
Generator operational. Research cancelled.
VP is being captured on up. Heretic hacking apart the PowerPoint. And now we do have a Noise Marine squad here as well. Strike Squad advancing forward, trying to engage the Chaos Marines.
Destroying a key structure.
And that point does get deactivated. We do have the Chaos Heretics advancing forward. Great cast there. Doesn't hit one of the models there in the Strike Squad. Chaos Marines who have all three models to maintain maximum damage output. And the Strike Squad does fall back. Haven't dropped any models themselves, so he won't have any requisition bleed.
Bring forth power swords.
And of course, all Stormtroopers are captured at this point. He's actually not gone for another squad at the moment. While his opponent has pulled out some Noise Marines. Game Hunter being upgraded to Hunter's Blade.
Resource location captured.
And Noise Marines will take time to bash some generators. With less fuel control deployed out by the Demon Hunter, he will have a bit of trouble holding back the Noise Marines from hitting his generators. Demon Hunter's trying to tie them up in melee, but he's going to receive quite a bit of fire from these forces and can't get to it in time. We got the Eternal War upgrade onto the Chaos Marines, and his other generator will go down. He had 2 built, now there's 0 built. The Chaos Sorcerer has 1 generator of his own as well. A good amount of damage coming out onto the power node.
Enemy is claiming a victory point. Support structure complete.
Stormtroopers here. Orders.
How can we serve?
Overall, the Chaos Sorcerer does have great field control thanks to his extra squads. Opponent may need to play out something. Maybe the Strike Squad needs a bit more requisition for that. His field control is just really lackluster.
Ready here.
Heretic squads do fall back. Neither of them have their Aspiring Champion upgrade.
Fortifications are under assault.
And this one is being activated. The Strike Squad is going to try to hack that apart, but I can't really spend time on that. This point does get deactivated as well, largely thanks to the Noise Marines. PowerPoint's not being captured up on. We've got the Stormtroopers capturing the Central VP. Strike Squad is trying to make its advance. The could see a Wubs. He hasn't activated the ability to do the knockback. Good, decent cast right there. But the Noise Marine is taking too much damage there. He should activate his second ability to knock back those forces.
Power generator.
Strike Squad does drop a model right there. Stormtroopers are captured at the Central VP.
Support structure.
And now this point's being reactivated now. I think he went for a cast there, but he was unsuccessful. Demon Hunter using his channel ability there. Good grenade.
Generator operational.
And the Demon Hunter has also been upgraded the Armor of Fortitude, which grants the invulnerability ability, most commonly seen in the Bloodletters.
Drive the enemy back.
Chaos Heretics getting some good damage there. The Chaos Marines firing some good rounds onto the Crystal Stormtroopers. The Chaos Marines may be falling back away from the Demon Hunter. We do got now the Chaos Sorcerer engaging the Demon Hunter in melee. Chaos Sorcerer has upgraded the Sword of Flame, which grants damage over time. And the Demon Hunter does go down there. I believe the Demon Hunter sword was sort of like energy burn sword. I could be mistaken about that. The Chaos Sorcerer should have enough energy to cast its ability, but the Noise Marines in the region will stop the Inquisitor Stormtroopers from engaging at range. Heretics are falling them back. We're seeing a bit too much fire from the Strike Squad. Both players now going for tier 2. Both players' income and resources right now are very similar. While the Demon Hunter has less squads, the Chaos Sorcerer has plenty of squads to continue applying a good amount of pressure. Designate the second ability right there. Designate one of the models there from the Chaos Heretics. A great cast there from the Strike Squad. The Heretics, the Sorcerer is severely wounded, needs energy and health. Maybe a good idea for him to retreat back. Does actually siphon off one of the Heretics there, give him a good amount of energy as well as a bit of health.
Stormtroopers here to reinforce. Orders.
We have 300.
Now we do have a Crusader squad, a range or melee unit with no ranged weapons whatsoever. Doesn't need one of the Heretics there suppressing the Crusader squad. Norse Marines sustain a bit too much damage right there.
Units have become available.
Crusader squad has received quite a bit of fire there, needs to fall back as soon as possible. Grenadiers though knocking back the Heretics, and the Chaos Sorcerer is going to be advancing forward. Does get a cast there, didn't get a whole lot of damage onto that Strike Squad, and the Chaos Sorcerer is falling back now. Strike Squad's falling off, or still continues engaging the Chaos Marines. The Strike Squad itself is actually quite wounded. Good cast there. And now we do got some Bloodletters being put up by the Chaos Sorcerer.
Understood.
That's a good position.
Let's see, discontinue the Bloodletters, going straight for the Chaos Dreadnought.
Tactical Marines at the ready.
Now we can go defense.
Brothers stand ready.
We shall make it so.
These forces are pushing the way forward. You got a... Ooh, the Mark of Khorne upgrade onto the Chaos Marines. I do like seeing that one. Most people go for the Mark of Zinch for the plasma guns, but the Mark of Khorne one gives him a squad of Chain Axe Chaos Marines, which I believe the leader is upgraded with a Melt the Pistol, but none of these guys are the aspiring champion leader. Good cast there onto the Heritage Squad, does force him back.
One of our generators is under attack.
Oh, I hear more Noise Marines engaging the generators, taking that out.
We have lost a generator to
Another generator has gone down. The Sword Stormtroopers trying to engage the Heretics. That's a reasonable engagement for the Chaos Marines. The Heretic Squad is almost about to go down, but we're going to escape on out. And in fact, there's still no aspiring champion, so maybe just trying to use those for rituals and, well, mostly just capping pressure. Crusaders will deactivate the power generator point, trying to deactivate, fully decapture it now. The Chaos Marines are getting split apart thanks to that Dreadnought. And most of the Chaos Marines do force them back.
The radical fire will never stop me!
The enemy is destroying a key structure.
The power point will be deactivated.
We shall make it so.
And I'm not sure what ability that was. It may be a global ability. We got a Grey Knight Dreadnought being deployed on out, so we may need to see anti-vehicle weapons from either side.
Orders, sir.
And here comes the Chaos Sorcerer trying to go for his deadly cast. And he was good hit, but not a lot of damage. Good grenade there onto the Chaos Sorcerer, knocking him back.
At enemy hands. fortifications are under assault.
Our node is receiving quite a bit of fire. And now we've got the Blastmaster being upgraded on the Noise Marines now. That should give them some good firepower, but there's not a lot of expected squads for it. It will at least be able to counter or hit everything. Chaos Sorcerer has been upgraded with the Daemon Armor, which grants the Demonic Shoot ability, reduces incoming range damage by 35%, grants break suppression and suppression immunity, increases health, energy by 20, and energy regen. They probably got that armor there for the energy regen. Now we do have the Dreadnoughts engage each other. Both of them are engaged, upgraded with not really melee weapons. Crusader Squad gets forced back. The leader of the Chaos Marines does have a multiple pistol, and he needs to make sure he maintains a range attack for the Melta pistol to engage. Because he saw that Melta pistol fired a couple times. Another hit there. He's in attack order. And now Crusader Stormtrooper trying to engage it, trying to get some good repairs on the Dreadnought, which is good. We do have now the anti-vehicle melee, the Dreadnought Claw upgrade onto the Grey Knight Dreadnought. And right now, the Chaos Dreadnoughts are trying to engage at range, trying to hit that Crusader Stormtroopers. Chaos Marine Squad will need to fall back. Spine Champion does go down at that second last model right there to the grenade. And now the Chaos Dreadnought needs to fall back. Blastmaster is set up right here. We'll be able to find a good angle right there soon. It is a general anti-purpose weapons. And rolls a miss right there. He needs to hold it still. The Chaos Dreadnought will receive quite a bit of fire. Put it there onto the Grey Knight Dreadnought. The Chaos Dreadnought should be able to win out. No, it's going to be very close. And both have gone down. Chaos Marines do fall back. We may see a cast there from the Chaos Sorcerer.
Stormtroopers here. Orders.
Ooh, that squad is so wounded. And the Chaos Sorcerer does go down as well. Both players lost their Dreadnought, but we do got Tier 3 being researched by the Chaos Sorcerer. He does have over 500 requisition, or red points I should say, so he should be able to call in a Chaos Portal, but he may go for Chaos Terminators. I'll probably save the red points for the Portal and go for a Predator myself. He knows he took out the Dreadnought, and his opponent has, with our cast vision, we know he does not have any anti-vehicle weapons, so I think the Chaos Predator go for the either Khorne or Nurgle variant would be best. Khorne variant will probably be, currently would be best. Nurgle variant will help him potentially resist any anti-vehicle melee weapons they may fight against. But either a good possibility, just not Zinch. That's an anti-vehicle Predator. And there's of course getting flame ability, should be very effective since a lot of models for the Chaos Heretic Squad. But Chaos Heretic Squad will get fully wiped out. He still has one Heretic Squad for capping pressure and for repairs. Good hit there onto the Daemon Hunter. And does use the invulnerability ability there on himself. Doesn't get a shot there, he needs to do a full retreat right now. Noise Marines are not good in melee. Does drop a model there as well. He looks like he's going to go straight for the garrison.
They're closing with us.
Heretic's going to try and engage the Daemon Hunter. And over here, we got the Chaos Marines engaging the Imperial Inquisitor Stormtroopers. We do get inside the garrison, do have 5 models firing. His Plasma Pistols and Melta Pistol could do some damage there, but won't be a great engagement. Noise Marines do find a good hit there onto the Daemon Hunter.
Moving to cover. Yes, Sorcerer. It is time.
And now we do have a Chaos Predator on the build queue. Very good.
What are your orders?
Good special attack there from the Chaos Sorcerer. Chaos Sorcerer is down half his health.
Blow will go on that.
And now the Crusaders are here to support him as well. We've got the Coruscating Flame ability. Am I saying that right? Corsificating. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that right. Chaos Predator advanced forward, currently unupgraded, trying to get these forces, get some good hits on in. I'm not sure what the Noise Marines are currently firing. They're all the way back home. Strike Squad trying to advance forward. The heavy bolters will suppress them. And these squads do fall back. Demon Hunter may go down. Receive quite a bit of fire from these forces. Down to 4 health. He has now back to 11. Looks like he actually will skip on out of there with as low as 4 health remaining. Wait, did that just teleport forward? Oh no, being upgrade the Mark of Corn variant.
The enemy has 300 points.
Do you have a Vindicare Assassin deployed on the field, which would be good versus the vehicles and infantry?
Adding power generator.
More power generator deployed out. He's finally got those redeployed. Does drop a model there as well. That was not the champion.
Enemy is capturing.
It is a triple capture against the Chaos Sorcerer, which is going to count down the tickets quite quickly, but soon he will level it out. Got the Chaos Sorcerer seeing some fire there. Needs to use his cast there. Right now he's just seeing too much fire, and in fact Chaos Sorcerer will go down, not paying attention. Oh, Chaos Portal! That may be a little bit premature. Which does grab the Vindicare Assassin, and the Vindicare Assassin does go down. That actually may have been worth it. The Vindicare Assassin is a very, very deadly squad or model or support hero, and now he's dead. He's going on capturing some more points. This one is relatively easy secure. Does have this point captured, but not the central point. The Noise Marines could go forward and capture it up. Another Vindicare Assassin being deployed on out. And the Chaos Sorcerer just got recalled. Like we'll see a frag grenade there. Overcharged plasma shot there did a good job suppressing. Frag grenade was far too early. And now he will close the distance there with his Chaos Marines.
The enemy is claiming a victory.
Strike Squad is advancing forward. And looks like the Chaos Marines will manage to decapture the point. And they may just do a full retreat right there. Does get a nice little cast there, suppressing or slowing down the Chaos Marines. The Chaos Marine squad may just need to fall back. Save a bit too much fire right there. Does do a full retreat now. Has lost the leader. And now the Chaos Predator is actually quite wounded thanks to the Vindicare Assassin. Does get some suppression right there. Thanks to the Heretic Squad, Chaos Crusaders, or not Chaos, but Crusader Squad does fall back. Strike Squad's received quite a bit of fire as well. Trying to charge forward with the Vindicare Assassin. Does find a shot there, almost takes on the Chaos Predator, but he will manage to save it out. We got the Chaos Sorcerer engaging the Demon Hunter in melee. The Demon Hunter is winning out. Chaos Sorcerer down to 25% health and gets a direct hit down his own squad there. He does use invulnerability ability right there. And the Sorcerer will need to fall back real soon. The Sorcerer's almost down. But the Demon Hunter goes down himself. We got a capture right here, but this one has been recaptured by the Demon Hunter. This one has been recaptured or decaptured by the Chaos Sorcerer. And the Heretic Squad needs to take time repairs on that Chaos Predator. Got quite a bit of power stored up. He could save up for a super unit, so whether it be Land Raider Phobos or for the, what's it called? Great Unclean One. Either of them not really an item I really like. I would think it'd be good at this point in time. Another Chaos Predator or his Terminators wouldn't be half bad. Does get a nice knockback there on the Strike Squad, interrupting the capture, and the Norse Marines are seeing a bit too much fire right now. Doesn't need to do a full retreat, no, it's just soft retreating into the garrison. Will receive quite a bit of fire because of that.
The enemy is claiming a victory point.
Chaos Sorcerers receive a bit of fire there. And the Chaos is trying to splice that civilian structure. It gets a direct hit there on all these forces, including his own Chaos Sorcerer. Does lose a model right there. It's trying to pack on up, trying to get outside the garrison.
Taking position in the brush.
And now the strike squad's advancing forward. Does get a cast there, suppressing the or slowing down the Chaos Sorcerer. Over here we've got the Chaos Marines engaging Demon Hunter. Chaos Marines should be able to win out this. And the Chaos Marines get a special attack there. Oh, that must be some sort of ability right there. Yeah, that had to be ability. Does use some vulnerability ability right there. Chaos Spreader's defensive forward getting some great hits there onto the Pastoral Stormtroopers. Vindicare Assassins over here trying to get some shots there onto the Chaos Predator, getting some real armor hits there. Now we've got temporary Bloodletters. He needs to retarget, take these temporary Bloodletters and get that, and does tie up the Vindicare Assassin in melee.
No blow will go unanswered. Tactical squad engaged.
Strike Squad does fall back.
Of our victory points.
And this Heretic Squad will be taking time to capture the Central VP. As much as they need for repairs, he has to capture the Central VP. His one does not have a lot of tickets remaining. Chaos Predator now receiving some much needed repairs. Wait, did he have a... He's rebuilt a second Heretic Squad. Okay, that's very, very good. He needs more capping pressure and need more repairs. As much as he has in power, that power is not going to be useful. He is actually low in red points. Not sure what he's been spending his red points on. Blastmaster finds a good knockback there, and Demon Hunter interrupts the capture. He may be forced far on the ground, I'm not too sure. Another capture interrupt. His opponent does not have a lot of things remaining. Does use his own vulnerability ability right there. Fires another interrupting shot. It does not interrupt him because he's not actually decapturing it. And now we got the Strike Squad falling back. The Blastmaster still in the region knocks back the Demon Hunter, but this time he's still close enough to get a decapture. His opponent is not doing all too well in the VPs. He does get a neutral at the moment. The Crystal Stormtroopers trying to decapture the point as well. Heretics are charging forward. And the Vindicare Assassin is receiving a bit too much fire. Doesn't anyone the models there, and the Chaos Heretics falling back. Ooh, hitting everything in the region, barring one Crusader model. And the Crusader squad does fall back, receiving a bit too much fire right there. The Demon Hunter does go gets knocked back. The Vindicare Assassin does do a full retreat. Chaos Marines ripping apart the Demon Hunter. Got double decapture right now. One capture in favor of the Chaos player. And it looks like we have the Chaos Sorcerer going to capture this point, and that's going to be game. Yeah, that's game. Once you capture this point, the other point will be captured up, and now will be the end of the game. Does get a nice cast there on the Chaos Marines. Last Master is going to interrupt, and does interrupt. And that's the end of the replay. This is Anagrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And while this is loading, I'm going to grab a nearby drink. I just drink the rest of the last of my drink. Here we go. So we got Space Marine versus Imperial Guard. Sorry about that if that's too loud. So let's go ahead and get started. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Dawn of War 2 replay. Spawn on the south side as the Force Commander with Rue Tank. Spawn on the north side as the Lord General Slightly Incompetent. We got a Sentinel being employed out, Chaos Tactical Marine Squad, so pretty standard from both sides. Force Commander going for some power, and this Scout Squad is going straight for power. He's going straight for something that causes power. Likely Assault Marines. Devastator Marines are not also a possibility. Looks like they're chatting there. Wasn't really paying attention. He doesn't recognize the name either. Organization point being captured on up. We got the Sentinel going for this PowerPoint, but not realizing he didn't go for that one. He is going rushing PowerPoints, but not that one. So he gambled and was unsuccessful. Oh, looks like he recently found about the Elite mod. Very nice. Sentinel's advancing forward, trying to engage this Force Commander. Very good.
Fury is my sword.
Now got the Tactical Marine Squad engaging the Force Commander. The Force Commander, not Force Commander, War General.
Is claiming a victory point.
And the Tactical Marine Squad will force back the Lord General. I'm not so sure how effective the Lord General is in melee. All of these units are, say, ranged attack. I never know how effective they are in melee, but Tactical Marine Squad, good special attack there by the Lord General. The Lord General will need to fall back. He's getting pretty wounded, but the Tactical Marine Squad, while they're decent in melee, but they're not, they don't excel at it. This Imperial Guardsman has knocked out the Sergeant. Gets some damage on the retreat. Scouts right here.
Go ahead.
The tide of battle turns toward the right.
And the Force Commander is severely wounded. Will be potentially pursued. Nope, he's going to be captured at that point. It's a bit iffy. He was down to 11 health. He could eventually knock out the Force Commander. Well, a few times I'll say now pursuing would have been a good idea. Most times you don't really get any wipes with the Sentinel by running them all the way back home. This thing's having issues with lag.
Adding support structure.
Can't say what exactly, because the replay's running fine. Right now, I get the FPS counter from Steam up on top, and it says 80 FPS, so not sure. Tactical Marines are engaging the Imperial Guardsmen. Sentinel's advancing forward, going to be knocking back. There we go, knocks down the Tactical Marine Squads. This Tactical Marine Squad is falling back as well, severely wounded. He has gone for 2 Tactical Marine Squads, not bad. This other one has plenty of health for the time being, can punch Imperial Guardsmen. Guys in power armors are very good at punching guys without power armor in the face, to say the least. And the Lord General's going to try to tie up the Tactical Marine Squad up in melee. Force Commander's now in the mix as well. Imperial Guard Squad does fall back, and the Lord General's receiving some melee hits. Sentinel could try turning forward for a stomp, but I think it's still on cooldown. And the Lord General may just need to fall back. The Force Commander is just wounding away. It's going to take time to decapture the point. It does get a stomp there on the Force Commander, but it got in mid-animation, so when it gets a stun. Rear guard down the low ground. Has no better than the Sergeant. And seeing how wounded he is, that Sergeant may have been upgraded when he's down to one last model. Force Commander's fallen back. Lord General's going to be captured at the point, but he's pretty low in health. And his Stormtrooper bodyguard's low in health as well. Tactical Marine Squad's advanced forward, getting some great hits there onto the Sentinel. Casualties being deployed up by the Lord General. Both those Stormtrooper models do go down. Lord General's falling back, and he will be able to escape out of there no problem. And the Sentinel needs to fall back, so it needs repairs.
I have hostile guardsmen.
This is going to be a bit more aggressive. The guards are going to be repairing up the Sentinel while in combat. The guards themselves are not in range, and the Scout Squad does fall back now. We got 3 generators for the Force Commander, 2 generators for the Lord General. The Force Commander has quite a bit of resources. It's going to be taking up the Tier 2 relatively soon, I'm assuming. Cash and Devils are advancing forward. They will probably open up a grenade launcher barrage. No, they do a shotgun blast, and both.
Enemy is capturing one of our victory points.
And the Cash and Devils will fall back after that little bit of harassment. They're a little bit wounded.
Field resource
Technology unlock beginning.
ready for duty. Go ahead.
The Lord General does fall back right there. Force Commander will go take time to capture the VP. Over here, Imperial Guards will capture these points. Sentinel's still not fully repaired as well. And it's just going to start taking some pot shots in these
Structure.
points. It'll take a bit of time to deactivate anything. We could see flamers being upgraded on one of the Imperial Guardsmen. Okay, that's exactly what he needs to do. May have been a bad idea to actually push forward the Sentinel before the flamers, because that does reveal him what he's doing a little bit early. The Sentinel's generators receive quite a bit of fire from the Tactical Marine Squad. Burning's generator now. Force Commander's trying to push him forward. Catch Devils get a great shock grenade launcher burst there, knocking back those forces. The rest of them are pushing their way forward, maybe trying to tie them up in melee. They are going to try to be tied up in melee. One generator does go down. Getting queued up any additional orders there. He may do a full retreat there. The force commander in the region is causing a bit of trouble. Will people get any models on a retreat? Now the Imperial Guard squad is falling back.
Scouts under attack.
Oh, we have the scout squad being engaged by the Lord General.
Support structure complete.
Tactical Marines making their way forward. We got a sergeant upgrade on one of them. Is that Stern Guard veteran being researched? They glow and then they get replaced. Cash Devils do spot the other Tactical Marine squad, and here comes the Stern Guard veteran. Imperial Guardsmen have an upgraded plasma guns, very good. Cash Devils up and upgrade the Sarge. He is armed with a melta gun, doing some good damage to the Razorback. The Razorback, of course, needs a little bit more than one melta gun being destroyed. Great grenade launcher barrage there on the Stern Guard veterans. At this point in time, high explosive rounds would probably be good to load on the Stern Guard veterans. It's one of the few times where high explosive rounds would be useful. Imperial Guardsmen a bunch of light units, and the Imperial Guard squad does fully get wiped out right there. Catch Devil may go get wiped out as well, seeing a bit too much fire. And does actually get the kill there on the Razorback with the missile launcher upgrade on the Sentinel. I wasn't really paying attention. More focus on the Catch Devils, but the Razorback does go down to the Sentinel. So both sides lost a squad. I suppose losing the Razorback, and both are important. Imperial Guardsmen and a Razorback are both important. But that, of course, does mean that the Lord General doesn't have to worry about deploying on any other anti-vehicle weapons. And the missile launcher upgrade will be useful throughout the game because it just provides some good light artillery. Armor-piercing rounds, crack rounds have been loaded up with the Stern Guard veterans.
Issuing new weapon loadouts.
And I got the Flamer Squad advancing forward. This is the surviving Imperial Guardsman. Oh, wait, what is he doing? He cannot be charging forward with that squad. He has armor-piercing missiles loaded up as well. He should not have sent that Sentinel in. He should have took time and just keep it back and repair it up. Or just keep it out of combat. We do got the Homicide upgrade there onto the Guardsman. Flamer is trying to engage as well. And these Imperial Guardsmen getting annihilated by the poison rounds. Force Commander does fall back. The creeping barrage not being called on in. But looks like it's going to miss. Oh, does get a couple models right there. The Tactical Marine Squad and the Stern Guard veterans will be taking out that last generator, not going to deactivate the point. He's perhaps getting out some Stormtroopers at this point in time. Ogren wouldn't be half bad either. Imperial Guardsmen receiving quite a bit of fire right there. Does fire a grenade launcher barrage. And now we've got the Stern Guard veterans receiving a bit of fire.
The enemy falters, but he is not yet beaten. The Emperor's true force.
Good shotgun blast there by the Catch Devils. They're out of energy and pretty low in health. They do force back the Tactical Marine Squad, but I would say fully retreat them. Get reinforced. Take time to get them bandaged. And blood transfusions. They're probably lacking blood as well with that low health. And we do have the Lord General upgrade with Melta Guns. Melta Guns are going to be useful throughout the entire game, and now we do have some Stormtroopers being deployed out as well. You either keep them unupgraded, go for Hostile Lasguns wouldn't be half bad, or wait and keep them unupgraded and wait for our Melta Guns when needed. You got the Assault Marine squad being filled out. If he's going for that Assault Marines this late in the game, he is definitely going for Vanguard veterans.
Understood.
And once he sees Vanguard veterans, maybe a good idea to go for the hotshot las guns, overcharge hotshot las guns on the stormtroopers.
We claim this in the Emperor's name.
Going to the wall. The enemy has 300.
Stormtroopers are
points
camouflaging
remaining.
forward. They're being upgraded overcharge hotshot las guns now. And actually going to try to ambush there. They could throw a grenade on the scout squad, do a good amount of alpha damage there. Shotgun blast.
Ready the Iron Halo.
He's not getting the shotgun blast off right there. Iron Halo is being upgraded. Here comes the stormtroopers, forced back the scout squad. Looks like they did not throw a frag grenade there. And got a special attack there on the Khajiit Devils. The Khajiit Devils have been inspired by the Lord Generals, who have the fight harder ability. And they are going to fall back now. As they poorly microed that engagement, he needed that shotgun blast. Imperial Guardsmen over here sort of standing around as well. Got a generator deployed out by the Imperial Guard as well. I assume that's Imperial Guard. It'd be a bit hard to tell when it's neutral. Saw Imperial Guard squad on the build queue, but he's actually canceled Imperial Guard squad and going straight for tier 3. Predator or...
Ceasing rearmament. Our fortifications
He's
are
not going for
under
Vanguard veterans just yet. He may be low in resources for Vanguard veterans. I do not know the cost of Vanguard veterans off the top of my head. But he could go for Predators or go for Kid Carson squad.
support structure complete.
Force Commander does fall back. The VPs are in favor of the Force Commander by a fair margin. Here, oh, that's what I'm hearing. Lamers are burning down these generators. Very, very nice. And his opponent still needs these generators. And now we do have the Imperial Guard squad does fall back.
Adding support structure. The enemy is destroying a key structure.
Khajiit Devils going to be engaging this power generator. And then we've got these forces advancing forward, trying to engage this power generator. Let's see, how much power does the Lord General have? He does have 100 and something, or 118 power. Got these guys jumping up forward, knocking back the Imperial Guardsmen. But got the Stormtroopers throw a frag grenade there, getting a good hit there onto the Tactical Marine squad. Does fall back with both those members. Point will be deactivated. He does have not have that point currently captured at the moment. Got the Lord General and the Khajiit Devils engaging the Force Commander melee. Force Commander does have all of his energy now gone. Does fall back now, so should be able to capture the point and get some more energy income. Right now, the Lord General does need more energy or power. I just saw something got consumed right there. He quickly spawned out a Leman Russ with his red points now, so do now have a quick Leman Russ. You can upgrade the Executioner Cannon. Right at this point in time, Executioner Cannon would be good. Executioner Cannon would be nice for range, and he's in trouble with sticking at close range. And right now, the Assault Marine is soft turning away. He does need to be upgraded. Is being upgraded to Melta Bomb now. Right now, the Lord General is falling back.
My power fist shall rend their armor.
And now I do have a Power Fist upgrade onto the Force Commander, giving anti-vehicle melee as well as ability to stun vehicles.
I am invincible.
As well as armor-piercing rounds with his Stormguard veterans, and does have the missile launcher upgrade on his Tactical Marine. He has a lot of various anti-vehicle weapons.
The enemy is
Maybe going a little bit overkill there with the Devastators. Because that Devastator is going to be upgraded with Laskin, I'm guessing. Got Flamers, Casual Devils, and the Force Lord Generals advancing forward.
We shall make it so.
Location secure.
Press on to victory, Space Marines.
Force Commanders falling back. This game tends to revolve around, this map tends to revolve around this left side, so there's two VPs here. We got the Stormers charging forward. They will get the Melter Bomb off onto the Lehman Russ. The Force Commanders engage the Casual Devils up in melee. Got the Melter Bomb does detonate there. And now got the Imperial Guardsmen getting tied up in melee by the Assault Marine. Missile Launcher does connect with the rear armor of the Lehman Russ. And we've got Stormguard Veterans advancing forward as well, trying to use their crack rounds on the back of the Lehman Russ. Getting some good damage there. I hear Melter Guns there. This is from the Lord General does track his opponent. As you got the Stormguard Veterans, Tactical Marines trying to advance forward. He needs to start repairing up that Lehman Russ as soon as possible. Casual Devils are currently camouflaged. May want to not be camouflaged right there. And the Lord General will in fact go down. Soldiers advancing forward, trying to get some damage on in there, but there's a bit too much fire right there. Throws out a frag grenade as the Lehman Russ is gaining at range while getting repaired up. Casual Devils advance forward, gets a nice grenade launcher barrage as well, supporting the Stormtroopers.
They will regret this day.
Force Commanders charging forward. There's a shotgun blast there by the Casual Devils. Casual Devils do get knocked back by the Assault Marines. Assault Marines never had enough energy to get off a Melter Bomb either. Assault Marines do fall back. We got the Fight Hard ability there by the Lord General. Casual Devils falling back. And the Force Commander does fall back there as well. DP is captured by the Imperial Guard, but the requisition point is still captured up by the Force Commander. Right now, the Force Commander does have quite a bit of red points, but I believe he's still on Tier 2. He's still being upgraded to Scouts for some odd reason. Probably for Captain Pressure.
The enemy falters, but
He actually did lose all of his Scout squads throughout these various fights. Could have been from the Stormtroopers.
Scouts ready to earn our place.
And notice about the last Ken Devastators will be tied up in melee by his Force Commander. Force Commander is getting some great hits on there, and Lehman Russ finds hits as well, getting some free shots there. Last Ken Devastators do fall back with one model remaining. Got the Tactical Marines and the Stormguard Veterans on the low ground.
capturing one of our victory points. We have 300 points remaining.
Over here, we got the Scout Squad capturing the VP. Now we got the Assault Marines charging forward. They should have enough energy for Melter Bomb. Melter Bomb has been thrown. They start repairing up the Lehman Russ while in combat. Does have a creeping barrage to force back his opponent right there. Very, very good. Now we got the Scout Squad. They may receive a frag grenade from the Stormtroopers. They just got below 50 energy, so they may be out of energy for that. Let's get a good shot there. Scouts do not have shotguns nor a sergeant for any sort of blast. So now Stormtroopers should take time to capture the VP. Leave the scout there. You don't need to wipe it out. Yes. And he actually may wipe it out, but I'll still say the VP should have been decaptured. As Devastator is forced back by the Casual Devils. Force Commander charging forward as well. Got the Fight Hard ability there. And he may get the wipe there on the Scout Squad there. And the Lord General does need a soft retreat away. Imperial Guardsmen on the high ground. We could see a heavy turret on the high ground as a possibility as well. He does have the Vapor Cannon upgrade on the Lehman Russ. It gives him more range. Cadian Cartridge Squad being deployed out. Overall, gets some good hits there with the Lehman Russ. Is soft retreating away. Assault Marines to jump on forward, tying up the movement of the Lehman Russ. He is going to get another Melter Bomb there, but let's take some time to detonate. So we'll manage to crawl away for the time being. Force Commander in pursuit. Lehman Russ is receiving quite a bit of fire. We've got the armed crack rounds on this Lehman Russ, on the not Lehman Russ, on the firing upon the Lehman Russ. Lehman Russ will in fact go down there. And And now the Capture Devils will be falling back. Caden Carter's squad is almost deployed on now. And some nice things about Company Heroes 2, adding the reverse move function, as well as able to knock around units a bit more. Now, Caden Carter's squad has deployed on now, being upgraded with plasma guns, which should be very effective versus heavy infantry. The fight harder build there does deny the capture there. Stormtroopers still over here. They could just camp the point for the time being. Getting this point and the right point will get him to keep these areas secure. Lascan Devastators now has no targets. He should use that for solely for capping now. And he needs to get the Lord General. Ignore the Lascan Devastator. Go straight for the VP. Go for the kill. Grenade there was unsuccessful. And now being upgraded, the Sergeant upgrade. Now we do have a Dreadnought deployed on the field. The Lord General does have his melta guns. And the Sarge and the Catch Devil as well. And he's going for... Okay, those are tank traps, not a Lascan turret. Catch Devils are firing away with our rapid fire plasma guns. Does throw a stun grenade there, but I don't think it got the Dreadnought with that. Yeah, the Dreadnought's moving at full pace. Snare grenade, I should say. You've got triple capture against the Force Commander. Catch Devils of camouflage. And the Lord General, his metal guns are not in region, so the Dreadnought is going to move around with impunity for the time being. Gets a shotgun knockback there on the Force Commander, and the Dreadnought will have the Catch Devils up in melee. And that's a big line of tank traps there, which is called deployable cover, so I don't really stop vehicles all too much, does it? Good special attack there. We've got points, both of these points being deactivated on the right side. And we got the Scout Squad falling back, so unupgraded Scout Squad, and the Stormtrooper Squad does fall back as well. Caden Carter's Squad does get forced back, pink stack jump.
Those who rely on protection grow complacent.
On guard.
Power node now in siege, but both players have plenty of power. Except the Force Commander. Shotgun blast onto the Force Commander, suppressing him. Imperial Guardsmen trying to engage the Force Commander slow. Grenade launch barrage, missing the Stern Guard and Tactical Marines. Force Commander is getting tied up in melee by these forces. Got the fight harder ability there from the Force Commander. He also been upgraded with the Flak Jacket. Catch Devils is falling back. A stun shot blast there by the Dreadnought. Force Commander does go down, does capture this VP there, slowing down the bleed. Lord General's firing away, but he is very wounded, and the Dreadnought will likely get him wiped out. Yes, he did. Caden Carter's squad's advancing forward, but they have plasma guns, but they'll only do glancing attacks there on the Dreadnought. Does get a stun grenade onto the Dreadnought. But that didn't seem like it really stunned him. Excuse me. Scout Squad does get forced on back. Stormtroopers are going to be captured at that point. And the current rate, it's supposed to be the Assault Marines in the region. You may want to send the Imperial Guardsmen to capture the right side of the map. This triple capture is exactly what the Force Commander needs to win the game. The Lord General has 200 power. He could save up for a Baneblade. He does not have enough time for a Baneblade. He needs a Leman Russ. There we go, Imperial Guardsmen going to capture these points. That'd be good for them. Stormtroopers a bit more effective, so he needs to bring the Stormtroopers to support his Catch Devils and his Caden Carson squad. Tactical Marines being upgraded with the Plasma ones. Honestly, Flamers would probably be a bit better since he's fighting against a lot of light units. Macy, the Grenade Launcher Barrage, knocks back the Stern Guard Barons and throws out a frag grenade there on the Stern Guard Barons as well, but does splash himself quite a bit right there. Caden Carson, Stern Guard Barons do fall back. Tactical Marines are still in the region. And we got the Catch Devils do fall back in time. Stormtroopers capture the point there. Dreadnought and Scouts coming forward. Scouts trying to repair up the Dreadnought. And the Force Commander does interrupt the capture there from the Imperial Guardsman. No, he does not interrupt the capture. At this point, will be fully captured. Fresh Leman Russ, like to point out by red points. Getting some great hits on the Dreadnought. You can use the Creeping Barrage to really stop him from capturing that point. The last cannon Devastator is sitting on up. He does use the Creeping Barrage there. This time, first on the Dreadnought, or Devastator right there. And that getting some great hits there onto the last cannon Devastator. Dreadnought may go down to Leman Russ. Does receive some rear armor hits there. Fires a shot there. Does have to Vanquish for cannon. Vanquish for cannon only increases range. And there goes the Dreadnought. This point is still captured. This point is being captured by the Force Commander. So, do you push forward and left or push forward and right? The Leman Russ needs a bit of repairs. Cashin Devil is severely wounded, and the Force Commander is still in the region. Lord General is still currently down, and we do have the Gating Karshik Squad making his way over the right side. The Leman Russ is going to be advancing to the left side. He does have plenty of red points for more Creeping Barrages. He's does get a Shotgun Blast there. Very good. Gating Karshik Squad is trying to deal with the energy. He does have a lot of energy right now. How does he have 175? That's quite a bit. Does he get more per level up? Leman Russ has seen quite a bit of fire there, and Dancing Around had trouble maneuvering it. That may be the end of the Imperial Guards by losing another Leman Russ like that. Imperial Guard squad does go down. He's bleeding off squads now. He's out of no more Stormtroopers as well. Oh yeah, looks like he got Meltud, Laz, plus rockets. He received a lot of slowdown effects. That Leman Russ wasn't going to move very fast either way.
The tide of battle turns toward the righteous.
Yep. That's why his tank was moving slower. But yeah, they're just sort of chatting for the rest of it. The rest of the game looks like.
Understood. Let our enemies beware.
But either way, this is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. I'm just letting them chat out, just curious if there's anything important. Overall, good game for both players. Of course, got one player who's recently getting back into it and was not familiar with Elite mod. So I suppose locking in with your models is a common tactic. I'm not sure if it's like that for unmodded. By the way, I do got some... Wait. Oh, my mouse is broken and it double clicked. So it's not going to reload in the replay. At least it's loading quickly. Get it backed out, and there's some 3v3s I want to cast. I may need to adjust my UI. Oh, crap. Since I forgot to turn off... I just realized something. I forgot to turn on my avatar again. Oops. Let it load for a moment. Switch over to 2v2s. Doing everything. Slow it down. I forgot to turn that back on. I had to exile the game and turn Steam to offline mode. And there we go. It's uploaded. And the menu is sort of off place. Oh well, I'll worry about that later. Missing off all the buttons, but either way. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Dawn of War 2 replay. So on the north side, as the Commando Nog, we have Dur Hachimanu. I have no idea. So on the Lord Inquisitor, we have Arise, and spawning as the Mech Boy, we have Red Crown 555. On the south side, as the Hive Tyrant, we have Big Matthias, As the Warlock, we have Dish, and as the Lord Commissar, a Bum.
Our allies have themselves a victory point. Allies have captured a requisition point.
Do have some hits there onto the Chaos, getting all my words mixed up. Warlock from the Lord Inquisitor. Looks like both of them are relatively even there. Does get a stun shot there, allowing the Imperial Guardsmen to get some extra hits. Does also have to start an upgrade as well, but we've got multiple Guardian squads advancing forward as well. And Howling, and there's also Imperial Guard squad from his opponent.
Generator coming up.
Lord Inquisitor is trying to capture the Central VP. We've got the Shooter squads advancing forward with the Commando Knob. And Guardian Squad is trying to come forward up to support. Looks like it's going to capture the southern, northern point there. Hive Tyrant engaging the Mech Boy's forces. Does get a little knockback there onto the Mech Boy himself. And looks like the Slugger Squad does fall back. The two shooters from the region, and his teammate is sending in some Imperial Guardsmen to help engage that Hive Tyrant. Down south, we've got the Mech Boy teleporting forward, trying to type the Termagant Squad up in melee. The Sentinels walk around the center of the map, and we've got the Howling Banshees severely wounded, trying to engage the Commando Knob. The Guardian squads do fall back. Imperial Guardsmen and the Shooter squads advancing forward. Got two squads of Imperial Guardsmen in the center map. Both of them upgrade to Sergeant upgrade. And the Sluggers will type one of them up in melee. The other one will continue his firing, but we've seen multiple fire from multiple squads, so we'll be able to stay around all too long. Hive Tyrant, Termagant squad does four, or Hormagant squad does force back Imperial Guard squad. Imperial Guard squad will have 3 health remaining, and we'll skip on out there. Lord Inquisitor will pursuing that Termagant squad. The Termagant squad may go down in return, down 6 health. Teleports forward, and then get a melee head off there. Fires burst there, and the Shooter squad finish off the Hormagants. Up north, we've got the Lord Commissar captured the field, or the requisition point there. Multiple generators have been jumped on down, and the Lord Commissar is out of energy. We'll be tying up the Shooter squad of melee as the Commando squad is trying to come support him. In the center over here, we do got the Shooter squads engaging the Howling Banshees. Howling Boundaries are going to force them back, no problem. There's a lot of Guardians in this region as well. Let's see. There's three Guardians? Yeah, actually, that player has to play out 3 Guardian squads. Over here, we do got 2 generators, one Synapse, one Eldari. Shooter squad's defense support being up to this big Shooter squad upgrade now. Mech Boy's not upgraded at the moment. And Hive Tyrant could make its way forward with the support of his 2 Termagants. Over here, you got the Sentinel almost going down to the various forces. Guardian squads will be pursuing the Sentinel. Imperial Guard squad does fall back, and we've got Commando Knob maybe trying to tie up a melee. No, throwing out a grenade. I think that's a stun grenade. It does stun 1 Imperial Guards model. 2 Guardian squads do fall back. The last one is seeing quite a bit of fire. We've got a lot of Imperial Guards from here forcing out the Commando Knob. And the last Guardian squad does fall back. Hitting kind of Catch and Devil squad does get a nice grenade launcher barrage there, forces back the Shooter squad, or he's soft retreating him. Howling Banshees charging forward with the Cadian Catch and Devil squad, and the Howling Banshees do shout in the face of the Imperial Guardsmen. We've got the Sluggers coming sneakily around, camouflaging forward with some Burnos being upgraded. Down south, we do have a Luda squad trying to suppress these Hive Tyrant forces. Mech Boy is quite wounded as well. Over here, we've got the Howling Banshees squad does get forced on back. The Burner squad's advancing forward with the Shooter squads advancing forward, being upgraded the Knob Leader now. Up in the north, we do have the Catch and Devil trying to destroy some power generators. Oh yeah, they have a lot of crowd control effect, as well as just good damage output. The Burner squad is seeing quite a bit of fire, doesn't need to fall back now. And the Lord Commissar is running out of energy. We got Imperial Guardsmen still at full health, and we've got more Imperial Guardsmen coming on forward as well. We have the Artillery Spotter being deployed on out. I'm not so sure how effective that is in 3v3s, but there's a lot of target opportunity, so I'm assuming very effective in 3v3s. Bringing a Mortar Barrage onto these forces, force back both those squads. Yeah, the Catch and Devils, they scale quite well, have a lot of crowd control effects, they do decent damage, and the Sarge does come equipped with a melter gun, giving good general damage output. Minor damage versus vehicles, good damage versus heavy infantry. Warlock's charging forward. We've got a Pain Boy here. That is the Orc equivalent to a medic. And the Warlock is seeing quite a bit of fire, getting knocked back on top of the Sluggers. You got that's the artillery spotter, bring them in, and it looks like the
Allied warlock's been bested.
Lord Inquisitor has been upgraded to the crossbow bolt, giving a nice snare effect that will fully mobilize everything in that radius. Smoke round does come on board. That snare does also affect Terminators. Keep that in mind. We got the shooter squads being pushed way forward. That it looks like artillery flare there, smoke round. And now we've got the Howling Banshees closing distance as well. Howling Banshees are suppressed from the big shooters. They got a nice mortar barrage as well. We got multiple artillery squads spread out. One from the Lord Inquisitor, one from the Lord Kalmazar.
Standing by for orders, sir. Generator under attack.
And now we also have a Wog Banner. Over here, capturing up the point from the clings of power from their opponents. Casual Devils getting a nice grenade launcher barrage there as the Imperial Guardsmen advancing forward. We've got the artillery spotter ticking away as well. Wait, Casual Devils do power damage, power melee damage? I did not know that. We got a smoke round being poured out. We got the Warrior Brute upgrade the Barbed Stringer Cannons, good AoE weapon. And that Barbed Stringer weapon should do some great work there. And the crossbow bolt gains some great snares onto the Guardian squads. One of them do fall back, the other one receive quite a bit of fire. High trying to charge on forward, has no the extended carrier case, which grants the charge ability, as seen there. Trying to tie up the Looter squad up melee, but the pain boy in the region does get a great suppression there from the Barbed Stringer Cannon. Ravener Alpha, Ravener Brood has been poured on out as well. Another smoke or artillery round does get called on in. Howling Banshees charging forward has declared the aspect of fleetness. Another smoke round. Lots of our good micro there with the artillery spotter. And this Guardian squad does get fully wiped out right there. That was a Guardian squad, right? Did he had a fourth our Guardian squad?
We're losing a requisition point.
Are you? Oh, you are not high. What does that mean exactly? Just because say, are you high? I don't know. We do got another stone grenade being thrown on out, trying to capture this point here. Over here, we got a nice little stun there, snaring the Hive Tyrant there, and the artillery spotter does knock back the Warrior Brood. Good knockback there, forcing back the Hive Tyrant once again. You also got looted tanks here, looted turrets or orc turrets there. A relatively rare item to see, and it's taking time to repair that one up. It's getting 2 orc turrets. I have no idea how effective that will be. It was a Guardian squad? Okay, thanks. It's just that I'm not usually aware of 4 Guardian openers. Stick bombs being thrown out by stick bombers. And it looks like the Casual Devil squad does get forced back, so does the artillery spotter. Stick bombers are throwing their stick bombs. Well, that's their job description, so they better do it. And now the Lord Kalmazar is advancing forward. Over here, we do got the Wraith Lord advancing forward, not being upgraded to Shuriken Cannon. There's 2 orc turrets here, but they are going to be overwhelmed. The Barbed Stringer Cannon does do decent damage for buildings, but orc turrets are relatively durable. Gets a nice snare there. And now the Lord Inquisitor is falling back. The Wraith Lord is still pursuing forward, has not been able with Bright Lance, nor has it been upgraded with the Shuriken Cannon. Shuriken Cannon seems very, very useful at this time. And it looks like it lost another Guardian squad.
Roger, sir.
And now we've got Melted Gun Stormtroopers, very, very good. I love Melted Gun Stormtroopers. I'm probably one of my most favorite units in the game. Get melted bombs and melted guns, and a full squad of them. What more do you want? Great hits there, force them at the various forces. We got the Sentinel being upgraded with the what's it called? With the missile launcher upgrade, and we also have a Wraith Guard have been put out. Very good. I like seeing the more uncommon units. Stormtroopers and Imperial Guardsmen advancing forward.
Stormtroopers reporting ready. Their advantage is meager.
And you have a Tyrant Guard deployed out as well, as well as a Xenothrope. Zonothrope? Xenothrope. Is it Zone or Zen? Probably Zone. It's Z-O. Zoanthrope. Zoanthrope. I have no idea how actually precisely pronounce it. Needs probably be a bit more British in pronunciation. Lord Commissar is seeing quite a bit of fire right there. And the shooter squad does get tied up in melee right there. But the Lord Commissar will need to fall back real soon as well. Stormtroopers are getting some great damage there. And, oh, what was that? Oh, we got the special shooter, powerful shotgun for the Orc Commando, getting some great damage there on the Casual Devil Squad. Casual Devil Squad will need to fall back real soon. He has all the smalls alive, but no health remains. Does try to go for a wipe there, was unsuccessful. Let's see, 4 Guardian Squads are not very smart, not that they're bad, but since they're dealing with only piercing damage, they are very limited in their viability. Yep. Especially the fact that it's also a 3v3, you probably want more high explosive lobbers, because you can see how chaotic this game is. I don't think there are a good option, that many Guardian Squads would be a good option in 3v3s. Maybe 1v1s, sure, but not 3v3s. Do we see a D-cannon? Nope, that's just the Wraith Guard firing away. Wraith Guard getting some good damage there. And those got full retreat now. Pain Boys charge on in. Pain Boys upgraded with the Cyborg implant equipment. It gives them permanent upgrade. Also, I think that's one of the best upgrades items you can give to a Nob squad. It's a little bit far away from Knobs. But it's there. We do have the Hive Tyrant getting some good damage there onto the Shaolin, onto the Slugger squad. And we've got the Sentinel constantly barraging away. Supposed to catch a point. We do got a Weird Boy here as well. This point has been secured. We got some Guardian squads made support and Stormtroopers engaging at range. Stormtroopers are cool, but they're too frail for their costs. Wish they had more health or some sort of damage resistance. Pros and cons. They're great at damage, that's for sure. They're more of a blast cannon unit. And they are very adaptable, to say the least. They also do have camouflage, which is very nice as well. Good grenade launcher barrage there. Has enough to see a bit of hit there. Imperial Guard squad may get wiped out. There's a lot of fire coming down to it. Now we've got the Guardian squads engaging this stick bombs. Stick bombs receiving quite a bit of fire. We've got the Wraith Guard in this region as well. They're redeployed by the Webway gate. And they now got some great vomit by the Weird Boy. Casual Devils receive quite a bit of fire. The Slugger squad may go down, but they have a bit of health still remaining. Grenade launcher barrage there does wipe out the Slugger squad. Down south, the Hive Tyrants getting hit by multiple people once again. We got the shooters engaged the Zonothrope. The Zonothrope's using too much fire, needs to fall back. He has gone through 2 Zonothropes. Yep, that is not the Hive Tyrant. That was probably the... Yep, that was the Commando Knob who's saying those chats. Warrior Brew does fall back. I just realized something. Those chats going on, but my chat box, my stream chat box is overlaying what the players are chatting about, so maybe it's a bad spot for my chat box. Whoops. Webway Gate deploying out forces. Maybe we'll get some great flanking shots onto there. There are Pain Boys in the region as well. It looks like all the power generators will in fact go down. We got 2 squads of Wraith Guard here, and we've got a Napalm run there. He's going to need to fall back really soon. The Wraith Guard can stay for around a little bit longer since they're heavy infantry. There's less models of them. Column missions do fall back as well. He does take out all those generators right there. Over here, we do have the Imperial Guards main support with the Stormtroopers. Let's get a nice knockback there. Multiple stick bombs being thrown on top of the Stormtroopers or camouflage. It gets a nice wave of stun grenades as well. Oh, looks like the Weird Boy got some nice little cast there on the Cajun Devils. The stick bomber squad does fall back. We do got the Lord Inquisitor up and up with the Inferno pistol. She swapped out her bolt crossbow pistol for the Inferno pistol. Hive Tyrant has been upgraded to the anti-vehicle melee, just doesn't create any abilities, just gives them damage. And now we do got the Flash Gits now engaging at range on top of the Tyrant Guard. Flash Gits are general anti-purpose damage, but it feels like they don't really do a whole lot of damage in most replays I've watched. So that could be misleading. The Sentinel needs to load up cracked missiles, engage the Tyrant Guard. Get some good hits there onto the flash kits. Now Imperial Guardsman's coming away for as well. Hydron has unburrowed. And I've got a Capillary Tower right here as well. We do have also a down hero there, I believe. Yeah, it is the Mech Boy that's down. Lord Inquisitor will be picking him up now. Oh, at least your stormtroopers died too quickly. No, get good. Shooter Squad receiving quite a bit of fire. Good knockback there on the Weird Boy. The Weird Boy's been upgraded to the Bigger Brains. Increasing the Weird Boy's health by 50% and also grant the Over Dare ability, which grants the Weird Boy to fling allies into the air without damaging them. Very orc. Good grenades there from the stick bombs. With the combining cast of Weird Boy getting some great damage on that Imperial Guard squad. Another Weird Boy simply going out. We've got the Wraith Guard pushing away forward as well. The Imperial Guard player mainly got some Ogre to deal with these Wraith Guard. Now we've got a Creeping Barrage ability being utilized. I'm assuming that's Creeping Barrage. No, that's a full Valkyrie run. I didn't realize they were tier 3. Oh, what is gone? Does have one Imperial Guard squad remaining. This artillery squad survived, and he still has Stormtroopers. But that Lord Inquisitor may have lost 2 Imperial Guard squads to look like. We got a Looter Tank being foiled by the Mech Boy, and the Lord Commissar has quite a bit of resources. He's probably gonna go for a Bane Blade, maybe a Storm Blade.
Our allies have themselves a victory point.
Lord Commissar's advancing forward. Is he going for a Valkyrie run? No, he's trying to revive his teammate. And now we do have a Storm Blade being deployed on now. Is that the plasma gun one or the giant autocannon one? I can't remember. So these forces does get suppressed, does take out the commando knob there. We think has been deployed on out, and now we do have something deployed out right there. I'm not sure what it is. Oh, it's a commando squad. More grenades running on in. They're just stun grenades. And let's get a good grenade onto the commando knob. Just going to upgrade the knob leader upgrade now. And now the power gen or the Cinema Trainer is what's going on down.
Order, sir. Reporting enemy contact.
Oh, is that Eldritch Storm? Let's do a full retreat there. Oh, what was that ability? I have no idea what that ability was. D-cannon. That was a D-cannon. Oof. D-cannons are nasty. We've got, appears to be 2 squads of Flash gets out on the field as well. And now we've got the Hive trying to advance forward, has broken up the ward field, allows him to use energy as health. Zonothropes are doing some good damage, AoE damage, knockback on these forces. And now we've got the Purgatatus ability right there. That's a massive AoE ability right there. And now we're being something being called in right there. I'm not sure what it is. It looks like a foot of Gork, I believe. I'm not sure. Some sort of earthquake. Termagant squad will manage to escape on out of there. Nope, Termagant squad does not escape out of there. And you get a Storm Blade that is the heavy plasma cannon. Looter Tank, everything it can annihilate, basically everything on the field. Got the D-cannon, however, trying to annihilate stuff as well. Over here, we've got the Zonothropes being forced on back. We've also got a Bane Blade being deployed on out for the Lord Inquisitor. Lord Inquisitor still has some Melted Gun Stormtroopers who can be very useful versus the Storm Lord. And here comes the plasma cannon of the Storm Blade.
We are under attack.
And here comes annihilates that force, and the damage over time. No, that's not the actual ability right there. Commando not being upgraded to the rocket launcher, and the Over Dare ability just been utilized onto the Commando knob. It's a great special explosive shot there from the Commando Knob. And here comes the another D-cannon shot there. Oh, gets a deadly hit there. And they got a full wipe, whatever that was there. Perfect Hospitality was utilized there, forcing back all the Wraith Guard. And now Avatar War is being blowed out by the Warlock as well. Now it's time for the heavy units. Got 2 Zonothropes here. Manticore being put up by the Lord Inquisitor. Very good. And right now the Hive Tyrant has Ravener Brood, 2 Zonothropes, and a Tyrant Guard. He's lost everything else. And right now the Ravener Brood is going to be camouflaged on the ground. You can see by the bluish effect they're not currently spotted. There's no stuff here to spot. Does get naturally spotted right there. Knocking back all those forces. Now it's time to attack forward. Tyrant Guard advancing forward. The Ravener Brood may need to fall back. Over here do have, looks like the Commando Squad. Oh, the Bane Blade is what's needed to take on that Storm Blade. Oh, we've also got the Basilisk Barrage from the Lord of Commissar's Emperor's Wrath. Sentinels are engaging forward. Lunar Tank needs to start hitting that Storm Blade. The Bane Blade needs to start pushing forward to start hitting the Storm Blade as well. Weird Warrior does avoid that shot there. Over here, looks like it's getting a bit messy for both sides. So they lose a Zonothrope there. No, both the Zonothrope's still alive. He lost Wraith Guard there, his teammate did. Some sort of force shield build there onto the Knob Squad. Knob Squads are very effective. The Hive Tyrant is seeing quite a bit of fire. The Hive Tyrant needs to fall back, does retreat to the webway. The Tyrant Guard still in the region, but the Knob Squad is quite weird, so maybe the Tyrant Guard should be able to deal out with it. The cannon firing away some over there. It does throw his Commando Knob into the mix as well. Got grenades being thrown on in. Not sure how effective that will be. Got the Ravener Brood charging forward. Manticore Barrage trying to hit this heavy weapons team, but the models are pretty far away, the support crew, so he didn't really get a lot of good hits there. Storm received quite a bit of fire there. Baneblade's going to take an advance, but the Avatar now advancing forward. Commando Knob's falling back, has been upgraded the Kaboom. And Sick Bomb's now throwing his way forward. Stormblade needs a little help. He could perhaps deploy out a, what's it called, a bunker for general repairs there. Oh, and great hit there onto the Imperial Guardsman. Manticore does need to fall back. The Hive Tyrant has won out in the southern flank for the time being. And now it's just VPs being captured up by the Lord Commissar. We have the Sentinel firing some high explosive missiles. I didn't see your chat message until now. I'm assuming you said Blue. I think you mean by the Stormblade, didn't you? D-Cannon getting some shots there onto the Bane Blade.
We're losing a power node.
And now it looks like another Stormtrooper with melted guns there. Needs a camouflage forward to get a melted barrage. And we got the big boom cannon hitting the last cannon there. Ooh, Commando Squad receiving quite a bit of hit there as well. And the D-Cannon almost wiped out those forces. The Nobly is still alive as well as one extra model. Ugh, that shooter's getting ripped apart. Over here, we've got the Hive Tyrant force pushing way forward. These forces are all getting suppressed. But we've got a high suppression Carnifex here. That'd be very useful for the team, blue team's anti-infantry support. Other than the big explosive super unit. Hive Tyrant still has plenty of health remaining. Not sure what's talking about regen. Let's force back these forces. Tyrant Guard may want to get in underground, heal up. Melted Bomb was thrown on the Carnifex. And something being cast in there by the oh, that's the Mech Boy teleporting forward with Earthquake. Suppressing and stunning a lot of these forces, slowing down these forces, allowing these various anti-infantry or anti-vehicle weapons engaging the Carnifex. Carnifex does go down. And now we got the Zonothropes falling back as well. Stick grenades pushing way forward. Those are stun grenades. Stormblade got a good hit there onto the Baneblade.
Allied structure is under attack.
And more D-cannon shots there. The Avatar is receiving very little damage so far. And we have the another D-cannon shot there, getting some good hits there. This one does fall back. Also got the Fire Prism. The Fire Prism will be useful in helping gauge the Baneblade at range. Rear guards from charging forward. Got the Casual Devils advancing forward. And over here, we've got the Mech Boy decapturing the VP. Blue doesn't have a whole lot of VPs remaining, even though they have in my opinion, superior force. Though both the Mech Boy and the Hive Tyrant both lost quite a bit. Avatar's pulling them back. And does roll a miss there, in quotation marks, with the Storm Lord. Grenades now raining on in, trying to hit the Wraith Guard. Wraith Guard now gets stunned. Those stun grenades are seizure-inducing, potentially. And now we do have the Komodo Knob getting knocked back there. Baneblade needs to start hitting these super units. He's starting hitting them, Stormblade. Stormblade is very so resilient. It is, of course, a Stormblade. Ooh, and the Imperial Guard gets annihilated by the Avatar. Avatar is currently suppressed thanks by the Stormtroopers with the gun, but it does go down. So does the Avatar. Fastest Manticore Barrage now raining on in. Stun grenades there. The Stormblade is moving slowly away. Fire Prism trying to gauge these forces. We've got the rocks now raining on in. Trying to hit these retreating forces. Stormblade needs to not push a little too far back. Let's go raid the rocks. Boom cannon from the something. Last cannon hitting these various forces. Got a big flank there by the orcs, but now the Hive Tyrant's coming to flank the flank. And Stormblade has seen quite a bit of fire, but the knobs are getting forced back, knocked around. They're trying to hit the rear armor of the Stormblade. They are being successful right now. Weird Boy has received a bit of fire right there. Gets a great hit there on the stick bombs. The Stormblade may actually go down. That may be an Elder Storm. I'm not sure what ability that was. Purgatos does come forward as well, getting some great damage there. The Lord Inquisitor may need to fall back. Baneblade has plenty of health remaining, so he can maintain constant fire. Got another Knob Squad being deployed. Now, may have lost his previous set. Got a Lemur support the Lord Inquisitor as well. Let's see. Best to use the Vanquisher Cannon. As much as like the Executioner Cannon, the Vanquisher Cannon is probably needed just for artillery range. And a bunker being deployed now, likely repair bunker.
Sir, we're losing.
We've got multiple fire prisons right here for long-range artillery support. Looks like they have armor-piercing rounds loaded up.
Go ahead, sir.
And the Lord of Commissar has been upgraded the Fist of Brachus. Woodbury Gate now receiving a bit of fire. And stun grenade from the Commando Knob.
Requisition points been acquired by our allies.
The game has calmed down a little bit, but Team Red Team still has a lot of heavy assets, that's for sure.
Commissar is down, sir.
Commissar has gone down. Now the Commando Knob is going to have to point, but does get knocked back by the Cadish Devil's grenade launcher barrage. Shotgun blast onto the Commando squad there. I'm not sure what that. The yellow flare? I'm not familiar with the yellow flare. 5% engaging at range. Got another Manticore barrage raining on in. Knob Squad does get suppressed there. The central point is still being captured. Red team still has plenty of points. And it looks like the Stormtrooper squad here will get fully wiped out. Oh, we've got the Hive Tyrant forces pushed way forward. And that's also an Earthquake on the Mech Boy, I believe. Pain Boy is still alive in the mix as well. Flash gets us firing away. And Hive Tyrant does fall back. We do have the Knob Squad here with the shield ability right there. I'm not so sure what it is. A little bit too much to keep track of all the different abilities. Fire Prism started getting some good hits there onto the Knob Squad. Wraith Guard are falling back. Glass Cannon trying to make their way forward. Good knockback there onto his own Warlock, and the Knob Squad does fall back. This VP getting decaptured could be very deadly against Blue Team. That could spell game over for them. Blue doesn't have a whole lot of tickets remaining. Baneblade's now fully healed. It's likely a repair bunker, as I mentioned earlier. I just don't see any symbols or upgrades or anything of that sort onto it.
power node is getting away from us.
And it looks like another, not sure what that was. Rear guards pushing way forward. We got the Warlock. Needs to start capturing the point. There's a weird place to upgrade with the Warpath upgrade. Good stun shots there. We got the Fire Prison now camouflage forward. Sierra Council charging forward, trying to capture that central VP. Vomit has come forward from the Weird Boy. Catching out so trying to engage the Shooter Commando Squad. As uses a perk possibility of stunning the entire force there. And we do got the Foot of Gork now being called on in. Foot of Gork did stomp its down, ways down. And Lima Russ and now the Baneblade are trying to stop this point being captured. He needs to make sure to get that Demolisher Cannon in range of the VP to knock back anything that advances forward. Looks like Blue's loading out tickets now. Manticore Barrage on top of the last cannon.
Ready here.
Fire Prison's trying artillery line its way forward. Banksure Cannon has been upgraded to Lima Russ. The Lord Inquisitor is advancing forward. And we've got the Metal Knob there, still camouflage. And now we've got rocks running on top of the Fire Prisms. Then the Fire Prism may go down, ultimately for the rocks to land. These forces pushing way forward while multiple orcs advancing forward. We're seeing a lot of AoE damage from these zonal ropes. And the center point's not being captured, and Blue will lose the game. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Oh, howdy, I didn't see your Rumble rant. To focus on all the chaos. Of course, whenever leading a team game, the load screen lasts takes quite some time. I really don't know who's technically overpowered. Orcs, they're solid. Mostly due to their heavy infantry. The Knobs are probably their best squad. Their looted tank, people are not really pleased with looted tank in general, if I understand the community right. Was that the replay I just cast? Oh. No, that was not a replay I just cast. Whoops. And I actually clicked on the delete button. That's my bad. Oh well. It's probably going to be my last replay for night either way. Is music playing? I want the music to play. Yep, the music's playing. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Dawn of War 2 replay. Spawn on the bottom leftish side as the Commando Knob. We have Kaza Sasha, I think. Spawn as the Tech Marine, we have a foreign name. Spawn as the Force Commander, we have Zoxan. Spawn as the Apothecary, we have General, the hero. As the Lord General, we have Lexander, I think. And spawn as the Warspire Exarch, we have Andrea. Honestly, I've rarely ever seen the Battle Wagon deployed out in replay, so I have no idea how effective or ineffective Battle Wagon is. Or should I call it Daisy? That's the proper name for the Battle Wagon. It's clearly Daisy. Sluggo Squad is getting some good damage there onto the Warp Spider. Warp Spider tried to interrupt the capture, but is unsuccessful. Up here, we've got the Shooter Squad and the Apothecary with a Tactical Marine Squad here. And we've got the Warp Spider teleporting away. Imperial Guardsmen are behind the heavy cover. They're receiving fire from multiple players right now. The Scout Squad is behind the heavy cover as well as the Shooters and Tactical Marines. Tactical Marine does capture the central VP. And Imperial Guardsmen are going to make their way forward. They get out of caliber. That was a horrible maneuver right there. They must have had an attack order move, and they didn't have a stop order go along with it. The Guardian squads just go along the flank, getting some shots, flanking shots there onto the shooters. Afterwards, have repositioned out the side, which does give them some better heavy cover, but this guy may be still in a flanking shot there. It's hard for me to tell. Nope, that is how I could tell. A bit iffy whether or not that's flanking or not. Maybe that one model there is technically flanked. Over here, we got the Tactical Marine Squad engaging the Tactical Marine Squad, and we also got some Burners here as well. The Apothecary does fall back, and we do also have the Commando Knob here to support as well. Lord General's behind some tank cover there. All the Lord Generals, I'm just thinking about the Lord General's upgrades right now. Grenade launchers wouldn't be half bad. The sniper rifle wouldn't be half bad, and the melted guns are never wrong as well. Lord General is receiving quite a bit of fire, needs to fall back, can't exactly deal with the Commando Knob headbutting him, but is maybe trying to get inside the garrison. His Mirror Guard squad's pushing way forward now. Oh yeah, the Commando squads are pretty good. Though honestly, another unit is the Flash Skits, but whenever I look at the Flash Skits, they don't exactly seem like they do a whole lot. But people say they're good, but to me, when I look at the replays, they don't seem like they're really worth it. Yeah, the Orcs do have a solid infantry roster, that's for sure. We got the Tactical Marines engaging from the flank, getting some good hits there as well. Casualty Devils do miss with the grenade launchers, it's a bit poor. And now we've got Assault Marines, they do miss the jump as well, getting a couple models there. We may see Shotgun Blast from the Scout Squad as well. Yes, we've got Shotgun Blast there. We do got a nice heal to the, Oh, did he just lose entire Imperial Guard Squad? Yeah, he lost entire Imperial Guard Squad there. Great grenade there by the Scouts. Tactical Marines and Scouts push their way forward, or no, that's back. Wrong way. Got Guardian Squads push their way forward, but they are a little bit outgunned. They may just want to skirt around on the flanks. Shooters do get a nice suppressive fire there on the Warspite Exarch. He's been upgraded to Heavy Gauge Death Spinner and improved targeting. That is a very powerful combo, getting more range damage and more range damage and range. Does teleport into the mix of them, try and tie them up in melee. Now I've got the Tactical Marine advancing forward as well. The Warspite will need to fall back really soon. The Tactical Marine could fish him off. Oh, and the Warp Spider will go down. He was not paying attention. Gets our situational about X-Men versus Terminators? Huh. Not sure how effective they are towards Terminators, but if they're an APEC Terminator unit, that wouldn't be half bad. Because Terminators are some of the hardest units to fight against. And Knobs will have trouble versus Terminators with Lightning Claws as well. Good blasts there. We've got the Catching Up with Imperial Guards here. And the Tactical Marines and the Shooters and a lot of everything. They're just fighting each other. Good stun grenade there from the Commando Knob there. Got the Scout Squad getting his good suppression shot there. And 2 Assault Marines blowed on out. That's a little bit rare seeing 2 Assault Marines, but most really want a heavy Assault Squads. Just jump up forward as well, trying to gauge that Devastator. Devastator does get forced on the back. Now got the heavy weapons team brought by the Imperial Guardsmen by the Lord General. Tactical Marines try and clean up those shield generators. And do got a heal there onto, or revive onto the Apothecary. Shield generators will be going down. Assault Marines going to capture the point. We do got a Tarantula Sentry Gun and a Wog banner there. Force Command charging forward, trying to tap the Warp Spider up in melee, and he is successful. Apothecary being upgraded, the Signal Chains will give very, very good durability, but he needs to fall back. He does not have the durability now. Assault Marines our Tactical Marines are sort of pushing way forward. Assault Marines should be on forward, but in a staggered jump. Unable. Oh, that's just a retreat either way. Shooter squad, or Slugger squad trying to engage the Warp Spider. They are successful. Got Guardian squads pushing with forward. Throws out Paraplasma Grenades. Does get one of the models there. Does force back the Slugger squad as well. Hero Guards forces to get forced on back. Got Shotgun Blast there by the Casualty Double onto the Force Commander. Shooters engaging the Guardian squads here. Maybe we'll actually see a Vanguard veteran. That's an item. That's one of the more rare squad for Space Marines. No Augment Cogitators for the Devastator Marines to get Vengeance rounds to help engage these buildings, but it looks like they're doing good work nonetheless. Now, the Force Commander does get forced back, being upgraded with Thunder Hammer now. Does get a nice shotgun blast there, as well as suppression from the Devastator Marines. Got a massive wave of forces just advancing forward. Order has not been upgraded of any weapon. And Heavy Weapon Team will be sitting on up. Devastator's going to try to suppress them now. Assault Marines charge on forward, knocks back the Devastator Marines. And do also have the Tactical Marines now being upgraded with plasma guns. Now we do have the Kamado Nog. Does get knocked out there. Had been upgraded a couple things. Wasn't really paying attention. I think one was the Kaboom upgrade. War Trucks makes its way forward. The Assault Apothecary does get suppressed there by the big shooters.
How novel.
Now we are seeing a Whirlwind deployed up by the Force Commander. That's going to provide him a lot of constant suppression and knockback against his opponent's forces. We have some Wraith Guard deployed out as well. And the PowerPoint will be decaptured. Looks like the War Truck's loaded up with some shooters. Now got the Heavy Weapons Team engaging. And now got the Wraith Guard spotted as well. Getting a nice burst there. They are not getting tied up in melee at the moment. The War Truck is seeing quite a bit of fire. The War Truck does go down the Wraith Guard. Wraith Guard not being tied up in melee. Got Plasma Grenade there from the Guardian Squad. But the Casualty Devils knocked them away from the Plasma Grenade. Full time at the Shotgun Blast. Wraith Guard has lost one with some models as well. We have the Force Commander seeing quite a bit of fire there. The Force Commander does in fact go down. We got a artillery spotter put out. Or that was not artillery spotter. I'm not sure where that was from. Wraith Guard needs to fall back, severely wounded. He does get fully wiped there. Someone's charged on forward as well. We do have the creeping barrage being deployed on out, hitting his teammates, Assault Marines as well. Maybe we'll see getting some good suppression there on the Devastator and on the Tactical Marine squad. Whirlwind Barrage raining on in, as well as some Plasma Cannon Devastator deployed on out.
No blow will go unanswered, as it was foreseen.
Whoa, what the hell?
Means to the end.
The Warp Spider lost everything. I know he lost his Wraith Guard, but I didn't realize he lost his Guardians as well. That is a pretty sizable loss. He has some Warp Spiders for the Warp Spider Exarch. And right now, the Apothecary is seeing quite a bit of fire right there. We got Assault Cannon Devastator deployed on out. Or Dreadnought, not Devastator. Another Warp Spider being deployed out for the Warp Spider.
We have lost the generator to enemy fire.
One generator does go down. And it looks like the Imperial Guardsmen and the Warp Spider are making their way down south. We've got generators here that could be bashed.
We have 200 points remaining.
And it looks like he does capture that power point there as well, getting a little bit extra power.
Our purpose is one.
Now we do have Dreadnought being deployed out by the Apothecary.
An Exarch emerges from the Warp Spider tribe.
Getting some good gen bashing there. There's a pair of Tarantula Sentry guns still here. One generator does go down. We do have the Kamado Knob upgrade the special shooters shotgun. And the Mega Boom Kit gives some improves ability as bombs, stick bombs, stun bombs, booby traps, and kaboom. And kaboom triggers a mass explosion right onto the commando's feet, dealing 100 explosive damage to nearby foes, sending him flying, severely damaging it. The Mega Boom's quick, the commando knob is not knocked away, but sounds like still damages him. Good damage right there by the Whirlwind. War Spiders are still covering the retreat. The Force Commander could be knocked down. And the Force Commander will go down right there, but it's easy to recover at that location. Force Spiders getting some good damage there, but the various little plasma guns and the big shooters will get some good damage in return. Eggs are now set on up. Warp Spiders getting suppressed. This Warp Spider squad may need to fall back down to 2 models. Both of them down 2 models. He needs to full retreat. He's not paying attention. There's a few road retreat there. Could have teleported away. Shooters on the retreat path as well. It does gun him down. He needs to fall back for now. The Warp Spider Exarch has lost too many squads. So one of the Citricas have gone down. The Walk Banner is still up and going. And it looks like the Tactical Marine squad does lose a sergeant right there. Plasma Cannon Devastator firing does set around in the bush.
The enemy is claiming a victory point.
I don't think he was distracted. He had 2 Warp Spiders and a Warp Spider Exarch. That was his entire army, and they were all right here. He was just simply not paying attention. We got Tier 3 being researched by the Tech Marine. Looks like the Lord Generals have upgraded with the Melted Gun and the Flak Jacket. I think that was the Kaboom upgrade or something. I'm not sure what explosion that was. Assault Marines are still here. This Dreadnought has been upgraded with the Assault Cannon as well. The Assault Cannon Dreadnought is advancing forward. No, the Devastator can be upgraded with the last Cannon Devastator. We got the Heavy Weapons team with the last Cannon here in the region. Good damage on these forces. Oh, man, with the Guardian plus Wraith Guard wipe? Potentially. Can't save that one. That was a very chaotic fight. The Metal Knob does not get Kaboom off in time. Does go down as well. Walk Banners getting hit. There's 2 Walk Banners on the field. And now the Wraith Assault Marines does force back the Plasma Cannon Devastator. Tactical Marine squad does fall back as well. Got last cannon shots there into the structure. And now the Tech Marine does receive quite a bit of fire as well. It has been upgraded with the Signum Armor, which grants the Mark Target ability and the Plasma Gun. Both Log Banners have gone down, and the shooters do fall back as well.
Show me what passes for fury among your misbegotten kind. Fire!
Oshtark has been deployed on out, receiving quite a bit of fire from the Warp Spiders. Tactical Marine squad going to try to tie up the Warp Spiders up in the melee. Scout squad's coming forward. May see a grenade. That's going to be a deadly grenade. He's not responding. And there goes another Warp Spider. Does go and get back inside the webway. He needs to go back all the way back to get healed up, reinforced, and all that sort. And now we've got the Force Commander fully knocked down as well. Log Banner goes down as well. There's a lot of force here. A lot of plasma guns and melted guns. Force Spider's down right there, and now we have the Orc Battle Wagon, Daisy. Oh, Plasma Cannon Devastator lobbed around, but Morrissey missed that force. Wait. That is a fully Entourage Lord General. He has 6 out of 6 models there. It's been a while since you've last seen that. And he keeps all 6 alive. That's actually quite impressive. It's pretty hard to keep his entourage alive. We do have a last cannon heavy weapons team being forced on back. Plasma Cannon Devastator in the region. Predator's advancing forward. And this is from the Tech Marine. Nice assault cannon barrage there. The Dreadnought may need to upgrade to a multi-melta probably. No, he has the assault cannon, can't upgrade the multi-melta. Someone's hanging out the Tactical Marine squad in melee. This Tactical Marine squad is falling back. Battle Wagon's elbow is fully deployed. And the Oshtark just went down as well. for the Warp Spider. Tech Marine does go down as well.
An ally has secured a power node.
Orc Battle Wagon Squad now. Commando Squad in pursuit as well. I think he used red points for that. Good hit there onto the Warp Spider. Warp Spider gets annihilated as well by the Plasma Cannon Devastator. And the Warp Spider literally has nothing right now. Not even his Warp Spider X arc.
Lost the structure to the enemy.
Do not get too close to the old machine.
The foe seeks to deprive us of a vital resource point. Adding warp generator.
Commando Knob does get knocked down right there. All three of the Red's heroes are actually down. Farthest one revive. Who's the farthest one? Knob there. Tech Marine there. And it's either Tech Marine or Knob, and maybe the Tech Marine. Battle Wagon charging forward. It's bowling time. Getting some great damage there with his steamroller. But received quite a bit of fire there from the last cannon. The Battle Wagon needs to fall back. He's tied up. Needs a forward withdrawal. He also access forward reinforcements, but he's getting killed off. And the Battle Wagon goes down. That's a shame. No more Daisy. Captain Marine Squad advancing forward. We've got a Orbital Strike being called on in. Yeah, Orbital Strike being called on in. Assault Barrage is coming forward, knocks down some forces. Whirlwind is getting some great damage there. Predator may go down as well. Here comes the Dreadnoughts doing quite a bit of blast cannon fire. It does go down to the Commando Squad. Now we do have, looks like a Manticore Barrage coming from the Lord General, as well as the Whirlwind. The War Spider has resummoned himself, but got revived too. Now we've got a pair of Predators here. Tech Marine can use global pairs, help them pair them up. And Scout Squad is following them back. Tier 3 now being finished by the Force Commander. That will give their entire team Tier 3. Only Tier 3 player on the blue team is the Warp Spider, who has nothing else in the field. I guess go for Seer Council. Going for asking for a res. Predator's Defense 4 does have one upgrade on the last kin Predator. More Whirlwind Barrage just knocking around the Tactical Marines. His forces are quite bunched up. Good for the Predator to engage it. Assault Marine, it may get a Melt Bomb off. No, it does not have Melt Bomb. It's being researched at the moment. The other one does have Melt Bomb research, but doesn't have enough energy. May have thrown it. Yeah, this one's actually slow unless they receive Melt Bombs. Plasma Devastator does get a good hit there on the Commando Knob. Oh, we've got more Whirlwind Barrages trying to interrupt the Tactical Marine Squad. That's not a Sword Guard veteran. And Manticore Barrage as well. Lots of missiles raining on in. Yep. I suppose the Orcs can't be good at everything. If they're not going to... One way to balance the Battle Wagon, Daisy, without actually getting a buff, is probably just make the cost reduce if it's that ineffective. Ooh, good hits there onto the Lord General. Lord General's lost large numbers of entourage down to one supporting model. And he does need to fall back himself. If he himself goes down, he will go down, and the entire squad does go down. Predator receiving quite a bit of fire there. Manticore pushes his way forward. May I for a barrage. That's like the Storm Eagle upgrade. Whirlwind still constantly providing constant fire support there. Trying to revive the War General now, but the Warp Spider does go get knocked back. We do have a fire resist for the Warp Spider. May need to ask his teammate to pull out a repair bunker for it. Manticore almost went down. Someone's pushing way forward, trying to go for Melt Bomb down the last cannon Predator. Auto Cannon Predator still firing away. We've got another Manticore Barrage raining on in, getting some good hits there onto the Plasma Cannon there, as the Commando Knob does, the Commando Squad does get knocked around a bit as well. Someone's charging forward, trying to tie up the commando squad, and will get easily spotted there. Assault Razor seeing quite a bit of fire right there. And he may got a melt bomb. Yeah, does get a melt bomb on the autocannon Predator. Predator does go down. Gretch is building up a log banner. And Fire Prison firing some good range hits there. Fire Prison, of course, is a glass cannon, but does have great range. Really good range.
We have come to a desperate pass.
Going for another Fire Prison. He needs to pull out a Guardian Squad simply for repairs. And speaking of which, that Fire Prison now needs some repairs. We're seeing a bit too much fire there. Yeah, a lot of fire now. Warwind does receive a bit of fire as well. Bureau Guardsmen making their advance. Glass Cannon Predator trying to hit the Lord General. We got the Commando Squad pushing forward. We've got another. Oh, that's a War Truck, not another Daisy. The Commando Squad is now making wiped out. Lots of fire there. Commando Squad does fully get wiped out there. Got the Marine Squad's advance forward. We've got even Sternguard veterans now in the mix. Another Manticore looks like rebuilding the Manticore. Maybe a good idea for Baneblade. That was an Oracle Strike to me. And now we do have a Creeper Barrage, which will knock stuff into the orbital bombardment. Does not wipe out the Stormguard veteran, but that was actually a pretty good combo there. I'm not sure if they did that on purpose. Alright, check out the Fire Prism, the Battle Wagon. I say for the Fire Prism, they could perhaps give an upgrade for our shield generator like the Falcon. Smoke round right there. The Imperial Guardsmen are getting some good damage there on the Shooters. We'll be able to deal with the Shooters there. I'm not sure what that was. There may have been Plasma Cannon Devastator. Apothecary has been upgraded. Foley has been upgraded that Sigma Chain Sword, the Armor Purity, and the improved medical equipment. Autocannons are engaging these Imperial Guardsmen. Imperial Guardsmen will need to fall back. Glass Cannon heavy weapons team is still in the region. And Imperial Guard Squad is receiving quite a bit of fire. Imperial Guard Squad fully gets wiped out. Ooh, also there's a lot of resources over here as well. But the Tech Marine and the Force Commander has a massive resource load. And they may be unable to play the Super Unit. I can't remember the population cost of them. Manticore Barrage raining on in, getting some good hits there on the Plasma Cannon Devastator. These forces are pushing way forward, getting some good damage there on the Casual Devils. And the Warwind, that was actually the Warwind going down, wasn't it? Now we do have a Land Raider Crusader, or Land Raider Redeemer being floated out with two gigantic flamethrowers. And we got the Commando Squad camouflaging forward. It does have the Commando Novel Leader. Goes out a grenade there onto the heavy weapons team, but looks like largely missed, which is a Cinder Grenade, actually. Predator's pushing way forward, got some good hits there on the heavy weapons team. Fire Prisons are firing away, need some repairs. Mononok has been upgraded with the rocket launcher. It does take out the what's it called, the Fire Prison right there. And that's actually a Force Commander there as well. Got two heroes hitting these forces, both in the load up AT-Tank. Here comes the Land Raider Crusader. The Land Raider Crusader getting body blocked. It does body block the Fire Prism, and the Fire Prism does in fact go down. Blue's down to 5 tickets. Blue does not have a whole lot of tickets remaining. But with this VP being captured, that could be the end of the game. We've got a orbital strike that will suppress the blue to allow red to capture the point entirely. Fire Prism needs to start throwing some high explosive rounds onto the Knob Squad, the Commando Squad. They need to capture that point. Capture the point means victory. Predator's pushing way forward. Glass Cannon and Predator, and Autocannon Predator. Lord General's trying to capture the central VP. They've got another orbital strike being called in. Gretchen's trying to repair up the Predator up in melee. Does use the, whatever those, grenade launcher ability. And good hits there on the Lord General. Terminator's Assault Terminator squad has been teleported in from capture the central VP now. We got another run right there. That's called Creek Barrage. The Creek Barrage cannot interrupt Assault Terminators. And that's going to be the end of the replay. And that is the end of the replay. This is Grade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. So that's what I'm going to call it for me for tonight. Everyone have a good evening and get some good sleep.